Davis Pioneer Stadium in Platteville. It is time for college football here on the WIAC Network and Pioneer Sports. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Jimmy Kuska. I am joined by Wally Trouton as we get set for Platteville and Stout. It is the penultimate week of the conference season, and for both of these teams, it represents a big opportunity to position themselves for the postseason. Let's start by talking about the matchup today. The Pioneers are and Blue Devils are kind of mirror images of each other when it comes to statistical output this year, Wally. Both teams have thrown the ball pretty well. They, in Stout's case, have a veteran quarterback, but they've also been able to get it done on the ground when needed. And given the conditions today, that's going to be very important.
That's going to be very important. I mean, that's one of the things, right? And I don't care what level of football you talk about. When you're playing in this kind of a climate, you want to be able to run the ball, particularly the later it gets in the year. So that's important.
Well, for the quarterbacks for these teams, we talk about the matchup there, and throwing the ball in these conditions is going to be very important. So we'll talk first about Stout's offense and quarterback Adam Moen, who is an outstanding player at Lake Mills, player who can get it done both on the ground and through the air. He is their leading rusher, in addition to obviously being their leading passer. 10 touchdowns through the air, 9 touchdowns on the ground.
It's a continuation for him from high school, because he was an outstanding quarterback in high school and took Lake Mills a long ways.
Let's talk about Platteville's quarterback, Nathan Uselding, who has also shown throughout the year. He started the year mostly just passing the ball, but then we've seen him be able to add the run element to his game. We saw last week with Oshkosh being able to run in big spots. It's really opened up the offense a bit, I think, for the Pioneers as they've had to adapt to injuries throughout the season.
When I really saw what he could do throwing the ball was back when they were playing Springfield College, when all of a sudden it was just like downfield 15 and 20 yards, kaboom, 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 and they just drove the field like crazy. And then the running game just took off.
Uselding has 15 passing touchdowns, 5 rushing touchdowns this year. The Pioneers have been going with a stable of running backs, including Blake Bankston, Trevor Burnett, Jack Egan a bit, with Zach Bothan being out for a bit this year as well. The Pioneers and the Blue Devils both are 3-2 in the conference. The Blue Devils lost one non-conference game against 10th-ranked Wartburg. Platteville went undefeated in the non-conference portion of the schedule. That is our matchup today. Kickoff comes your way in just a few minutes. It is the Platteville Pioneers. It is the Stout Blue Devils, and it is coming your way next right here on Pioneer Sports, part of the WIAC Network.
Here, among our picturesque farmlands and small towns, among the green rolling hills and valleys of southwest Wisconsin, there's a place people come for answers and healing. They come here to gain back what they lost from injury and illness. This is a place that brings a world of always safe, effective, expert healthcare right here to the people who live here. This is a place where people get the results they need. They find relief, and they experience vital breakthroughs in their personal health. Right here, every day, people discover the promise of a new day. Here is Southwest Health, A place you can count on today and tomorrow and every day. Because here is remarkable. Southwest Health. Here for you. Delivering health with care.
The thing that really makes Tricor great is our people. We take pride in knowing that our employees are leading experts in their field. They're constantly looking for ways to innovate, improve processes, and work more closely with our clients. People at Tricor know that communities thrive if their people are engaged. And when we're out in our communities, that shows that we care. We need to take care of the people that are around us, and that's really ingrained in the culture of Tricor.
The University of Wisconsin-Platteville offers the best engineering program in Wisconsin. We're the best for students who want to innovate, tackle challenges, create solutions. We're the best for hands-on learning inside and outside of the classroom. We're the best for graduates who want to engineer a better future.
Sports fans, we pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.
Welcome to Pioneer Coaches Show. I'm joined today by head football coach Ryan Munns. The Pioneers are going to take on UW-Stout today. Coach, 21-14 win over UW-Oshkosh this past week. We talked about guys kind of stepping up this year when needed. This past week, Blake Banks and Trevor Burnett did that. 200-plus yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. Talk about the job those guys have done this year.
Yeah, 2 new players to the program, right? And we talked about building a successful program, and you're sometimes only as good as your backups. And with Blake being a new freshman and Trevor being a transfer in, they've taken the roles on really well. And the fun part is that our team has embraced that too as well. And you never want to see injuries, and I think we're going to get both of them back here pretty shortly. But those guys are able to take the load and continue to do what we're supposed to do offensively. And Blake's had 200-yard rushing games, and Trevor was able to close the game out for us and get a couple scores to make an impact on the game on Saturday. It's fun to see that because we see it at practice, and it finally showed up in the games.
You guys have been very successful at home the last couple of years. Currently 12 straight wins. Touch on the comfort level you guys have playing at home and just the atmosphere.
Yeah, we've talked about it. It probably started 2 years ago, right? Of how important it is to win at home. As far as the comfort level, I think the biggest thing is guys don't have to travel. They get to sleep in their own beds on Friday night, and you know the routine, you know the lay of the land, you know how that works. I joke around with people all the time is that we're a really good team when we're at home. We're a really good team when we're on the road. It's the matter of playing those good teams and what they do when they come down to this environment. And from outside looking in, they think it's difficult, which is good because you want home field advantage and you don't want your opposing team to feel comfortable here. But we've been able to execute really well and play at a high level at home, which is equating to some of those successes.
You guys get UW-Stout today. They've shown an ability to hang with some tough teams all year. Offense has a couple very talented wide receivers. Defense gets after the quarterback, forces interceptions. What do you see from UW-Stout?
Yeah, it's like deja vu, right? We were in the same situation last year. Their quarterback's a really good ball player. He's a 3-year starter for him. He kind of came on the scene as a sophomore late, and we didn't see him that year, but we saw him afterwards. Last year he had a breakout year, and they're always surrounding themselves with pretty good skill guys, right? Defensively, They got a safety that's probably one of the better ones that we're going to see all year, and they're able to get you into multiple fronts and try to confuse you a little bit, but that's their MO, and I don't want to sit there and say they're a scrappy team, but they're a physically tough and talented team that does all the fundamentals right? So when you're fundamentally sound on all three phases, you physically just have to make a matchup win and beat them, and so that's going to be the challenge this week of what's that going to look like and who's that going to be, and we anticipate this being a four-quarter game again.
Thanks, Coach. So the Pioneer Coaches Show, Pioneers and Blue Devils, coming up next.
Stout has won the toss and will defer. You want the ball.
So you heard right there, Stout won the toss and will defer to the second half. It means that the Pioneers are going to start on offense, moving left to right, wearing the Orange Crush uniforms here today. Jimmy Kusko, Wally Trouton with you, bringing you the second to last week in the WIAC. I know that this is a very important game for these teams. I think there are a lot of eyes up in River Falls and what's happening there. River Falls and lacrosse, both 4-1 of the conference. Winning team in that matchup clinches a share of the conference. Winning team from here, for Stout, controls their own destiny to the share of the title. If they win out, there's a very good chance, given, especially if River Falls were to, or if lacrosse were to beat River Falls today, Stout could win next week regardless in that matchup and get themselves into a share of the conference title. So there's a lot happening in the WIAC today. This is certainly a very important matchup as well. Both of these teams have postseason aspirations, and well, if they win out, they're very likely into the NCAA tournament as things stand if you look at the NPI. So a lot at stake for both of these squads. The Blue Devils last year finished their season in the Isthmus Bowl. They lost to Wheaton year before. The Pioneers were in the Isthmus Bowl. They defeated Augustana. This year, if things hold as they are in the NPI and the standings, it would be Stout Augustana in that game. The Blue Devils play their home games in Menominee. Break the huddle and get set to kick it away right to left. Garrison Jackman will send it deep, and it'll be taken by Burnett at his own 6 as he'll start off the right side. Finds a crease, gets through the hole and ahead to the 30, and that is where the Pioneers will get started on offense as we begin this contest. We talked about the conditions a bit today. While the weather forecast today calls for precipitation pretty much throughout, mostly rain, but a chance of some snowflakes later on in the evening.
Well, it was raining a little bit earlier. It's kind of eased up a little bit, but again, we'll see how that's going to affect. And if you're on a grass field, I would say throwing the ball is the advantage of the offense because of where the receiver knows where he's going and the defense doesn't.
Well, the Pioneers this year they started the year throwing the ball around a lot, and they've had a lot of injuries at receiver. Started running the ball more, started having injuries at running back. So it's been by a committee approach. Here's a big run on first down by Blake Bankston to get things going. 5'9" freshman who played high school ball at DC Everest. The former Evergreen gets 4 yards, and it's 2nd and 6.
It's a good way to start it off. You like to see him being able to run the ball. Good block right here on the corner to help get him those 4 yards.
Yeah, Toster with that great block to seal out the end, kick him out, and spring him for a short gain. 2nd and 6 for the Pioneers on their own 35-yard line. Empty in the backfield for Uselding, who's again been very good through the air, but also lately on the ground. And here it's a design quarterback run off the left side as he plows his way forward for 10 and a Pioneer first down.
Set you back up on your own 45-yard line. Big first down right there to set it up. And right in the middle of the field, I like the call at that point. That just goes to show the defense, we got a quarterback that's willing to run the football.
He didn't run a lot in the early going of the year, but he is now up to 189 yards rushing on the season with a long of 42. So not the outstanding rushing totals we see from somebody like Adam Mullen, who's got 340 yards rushing this year for Stout, but someone who's been able to get it done in big spots and, again, has rushed for 5 touchdowns this season. Selding claps the hands, gives it to Bankston, who finds a hole up the left side, and he's got 6 there. It'll be 2nd and 4. Wally, I want to talk about this point. They won't be able to do any of this with backup running backs or all these reserve receivers that have come in without the work of the offensive line, which is also dealing with its own injuries. The offensive line this year has been really steady in creating these running lanes.
They've been very solid all the way along. You can't really say enough about it. And you know what? You got some youngsters in there, like one senior as your left tackle with Zitzer.
Talk about the offensive line as we go throughout, but they've also had to mix and match a bit this season. I believe we're at 4 starters that are out for the Pioneers on offense. Here's a run off the right side, shy of a first down on the far side, but the near side officials walking along the line saying it's a first down. And it is a Pioneer first down.
I mean, again, that's just such a nice job by the guys up front. Right at the point of attack, big hole, very big hole, and it takes the secondary to be able to come back in and make the play.
Offensive line, left to right, Josh Zitzer, Jonah Larson, Nick Bratley, Tyler Reed, and Kevin Ward. That goes senior, junior, sophomore, junior across the front. 3 of the 5 are from Illinois. That's the right side of the line. They just ran behind. They'll set an H-back in a fullback position on 1st and 10. Play action, looking deep down the middle. It is up, and it is going to be caught. It is Sicey with the catch, as he's done all year. In traffic, catches it down to the 15, where it is 1st and 10.
You know, you look at the year that he has had catching the football. I mean, that's his 37th grab. He's now over 600 yards in receiving.
It's a 30-yard grab right there, and it'll be 1st and 10 Pioneers in the red zone. Bankston lines up on the left side, tight end on the right side. It's a double tight end set here. With the hard count, Bankston will, with a little sidestep, find his way to 5 more yards. The zone blocking opens up a crease just inside between the left guard and center, and he finds it for 5 yards, 2nd and 5 for Platteville.
It's one of the things, you know, as an offense, you want to be able to run the ball on first down. Get yourself a good 5 yards. It opens up your playbook dramatically as to what you can do after that.
2nd and 5 coming up for the Pioneers. Play clock at 20 as they're still in the huddle. And now they get to the line. This has been the Pioneers' offense this year. They started the year airing it out a lot more, but they've really settled into a nice, comfortable kind of a run-first attack. They got bunches on both sides here. They're going to run the toss to the left. Bankston turns the corner, and he is going to be met by a wall of white as the Blue Devils are able to chase it down. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage there. It'll make it 3rd and 5.
Good job by the stout linebackers coming back over to be able to make some plays on that. Plus, you're getting the cornerback coming up to make a play as well. So you need that.
First one in on the hit was Blaine Seidel. Seidel, the leading tackler for the Blue Devils, 67 coming into the game, including 11.5 tackles for a loss for Seidel. 3rd and 5 Pioneers. 2 receivers wide to the right. Another double tight end set. Back to throw. Selding throwing to the corner. Incomplete as the receiver got bumped and I think had actually run out of bounds as the hat is off for the official. So it'll be 4th down, and this will be a field goal try for Brady Mobley.
Well, they were trying to get him back over, isolated over into the corner of the end zone, but did not get that opportunity, especially when you're knocked out of bounds.
This will be a 27-yard try off the left hash mark. Now, he did have some struggles against Oshkosh last week off the hash marks. See if he can punch this one in from 27 yards away. Kick is up, and this kick is good. He catches just enough of the left upright inside of it to give the Pioneers an early 3-0 lead. 9:48 to go in the first quarter. It is Platteville 3 and the Stout Blue Devils nothing.
It's one of the things, you get that angle. That's a tough angle to kick at. The closer you get, as we had said last week, it's like the goalposts just get closer together. Hey, Pioneer fans, If you're looking for some new blue and orange, make sure to check out the Pioneers online store. Just go to letsgopioneers.com and select shop.
Pioneers would like to thank the Marching Pioneers, the Pioneer Dance Team, and the Pioneer Cheer and Stunt Team for creating the best game day atmosphere in the WIAC.
Trying to get to the next one here.
I can tell you this. I'm going to be on the WIAC Network tomorrow for men's basketball. That's at 2 o'clock tomorrow. Against Nebraska Wesleyan. So I'll be broadcasting tomorrow, Wally. It'll be my third straight day hanging out with the Pioneers. I did soccer last night with women's soccer advancing on penalty kicks to go to the WIAC Championship tomorrow at lacrosse at 1 o'clock. I have football today, and then I have men's basketball tomorrow. So just got to hit every sport I can on the way.
Why not? Well, and women's basketball's coming up too.
Yeah, I got more basketball next week. There's wrestling at home next week. Like, it is a crazy busy time of year. Mobley's kick, high end over end, and it's going to be fielded, and then backpedaling on the return. Stout's going to have a good spot on the field as they will pull out as JoJo James will get it out around the 25-yard, just ahead of the 20-yard line to the 25. And the Blue Devils will have good starting field position with Adam Moen operating the offense for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, it's getting at a point, I think I've seen enough of Adam Moen over the years. Like I said, he has just
He hasn't graduated yet? No, he's a senior. But I called his games in high school, in football and basketball, even a baseball game. And they're going to hand here right up the middle, and it'll be Krantz and others to slow down the running back, but not before. He's going to get 6 yards. Hughes with the carry, the senior. And it will be second down. Chase Hughes, the senior running back who played high school football at Hortonville.
Pretty good job blocking on by their offensive line over on that right side as well. And really one of the key blocks right away, I think, was the offensive tackle, Monroe.
Moen at shotgun depth, much like the Pioneers running out of 21 personnel. Going to hand it off the left side. This will be a first down and more as Hughes escapes ahead of the 40 to the 43-yard line, maybe the 44 if he stretched it, and it's going to be first down, Stout.
He had some pretty good running room right in there. I'm not going to say he had a lot of room, but Ross was able to sneak through there and just push himself along.
First and 10, Stout.
Blue Devils line up and go here. 3 receivers in this set. Moen standing back. Takes the snap, looking to his right. Now looking to his left. Now in trouble. Throws it away. Did it get back to the line of scrimmage? It went out of bounds by the official near side. I don't know that it got back to the line of scrimmage. It went out of bounds.
Yeah,
there it is.
There's the flag.
I was watching on the near side. The official started talking. That's going to be intentional grounding, Wally.
Pretty good pressure. The Pioneers put the good pressure on.
Intentional grounding. Offense, number 6. The quarterback's pass did not make it back to the line of scrimmage. The penalty is a loss of down at the spot of the foul. Second down.
So they are going to lose 9 yards on the play. And I was going to say, the official was standing at the line. It went out of bounds in front of him to his right, which means it didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. They talked about it and then threw the flag. So now second, and all about my house now in basketball, 19. 3 right, 1 left for Moen. Back to throw. Moderate pressure, steps up, now back steps. Lots of room to the right. Still looking to throw, and now he's just going to take it and run. And he's going to get out of bounds on the far side as, well, they took out the sticks over there. Took out a coach over there, I think, as well. It'll be third down and long, 3rd and 15.
Yeah, take it easy on the staff over there. I mean, both you and I, when coaching past, have been run over.
I had to hold the sticks for a JV game this year as a coach. And I just told the players, like, if you do something wrong, I now wield this. It's my motivation for you guys.
Well, I never liked it when they'd step on my foot either.
Oh, that hurts. Especially if you're wearing flip-flops on the sideline. 3 left, 1 right for Moen on 3rd and 15. Back to throw. It's a 3-man rush. Heavy rush off the edge. Moen steps around it. He's got one man to get around. He does. He's to the 50, and he's going to get the first down with the extra effort. He goes out and gets decked right at the sticks. What an effort on a 15-yard run for Moen, who is the leading rusher for Stout. First down, Blue Devils.
One of the things that allowed that to happen is the fact you had so many of the Pioneers back on pass defense on coverage, they couldn't get back up there enough to be able to make the play.
Pioneers had somebody in that area, but Moen with good open field running ability, able to break a tackle, got around the three-man rush too. The Pioneers had two chances that have been missed early in that play to stop it. 1st and 10 now in Platteville territory at the 46. Moen swings the pass out near side. That's incomplete.
You always look right away on those kinds of plays. You find out, is it a forward pass or not? Definitely that was.
Well, we're right at the 50-yard line where we sit, and we could see it right down the line that it was moving forward. So we were actually, oddly, sometimes we miss the stuff in the far corners. It's tough to see that far, but here it's right down the line, and we could see it was a forward pass. Empty here for Moen. Receiver has to be set for a second. He is. Moen rolls to his left, looking to throw. Sends a dart out near side. It is caught, and this will be short of the first down as it is caught by Avron Carter, sophomore out of San Antonio, Texas.
Carter did a nice job of getting himself downfield, but it's 3rd down, but it's only 1 yard to go.
Tell you what, difference between Texas and Menominee, Wisconsin, a lot in common, I think.
I think it's a little warmer in San Antonio today.
A little bit warmer in Brennan, Texas. 3rd and 1. They're going here with the packed-in formation. This is the tush-push formation, and they are going to get very close to a first down as the pile moved to the left. Pioneers think the ball came out in that pile-up.
On the ball carrier.
And they're marking him short. They're setting the ball behind the line. Yeah, he's a yard short. Maybe a foot short. They put it in front of that hash mark. They have to get to the next hash mark with the football.
Yeah, so they've got the length of the football plus just a hair.
So we might see that exact same thing again here on 4th and short. Clayton Birmingham, the head coach for Stout. He'll gamble a bit. Longtime head coach for the Blue Devils. They're going to do the same thing again here. 4th and short. He's going to go to the right. Moen's got it, and then some. He's inside the 35 to the 34. They'll pick up 3 and a first down to the Pioneers' 34-yard line.
That's one of the things with that type of a push-push play. There's options that the quarterback can take off it where he can leap up in the air to get over the pile, try to go down under, or go left or right. Here he chose the right.
2 right for Moen and the Stout offense. 5:05 first quarter, 3-0 Platteville. 27-yard field goal by Brady Mobley, the difference in scoring in this contest. They're going to toss this back to Moen. Little trickeration here. He'll step up, throws on the run. Some blocking in front for Hughes on the near side, and they'll get it to a first down to the Pioneers, 21.
It's kind of a different version of a screen pass over here on this far side, and it got him the first down.
So Hughes with the catch in the run. Pioneers, 1st and 10. Everybody on the short side of the field to the left right now. That's where all the blockers are. And they're going to try to run a counter here with Hughes, and he's going to pick up a few. Down to the 18, 3-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 7 for Stout.
And it puts him down in the green zone.
Into the game at running back now will be Chandler Ross, who had a good run earlier out of Savage, Minnesota. I think he had a play on the drive earlier where I called him Hughes.
Graduate of Shakopee High School.
Shakopee has a lot going for it. I love Shakopee.
You at least like the sound
the
of the
Ren
name.
Fair, the candy store, it's all. I love it all. 2 receivers right for Moen. He's going to step back, throws it to the side. Wide open target over there. And let's see, tackle broken, but not the second time as Devontae Evans out of Chicago is able to get it down to the 9. It'll be goal to go from the 9. First down, Stout.
UW-Stout.
And I expect to see more of that type of thing, throwing the ball over spots on the right along the end line maybe, or towards the sideline.
We're calling it the 9. The ball is just shy of the 8, have not gained the 8, so goal to go from the 9. First and goal. Checking the side for the play here. High snap. Moen sets it, throws it to the corner, and it's incomplete. I think the high snap just affected the timing a bit right there on that throw.
Well, that would have been a pretty awesome catch if Evans would have been able to go up and get it. Pretty good coverage over there, and I can't... Who was on coverage over there? Francis?
Good work by Francis. Yeah, it was Francis in coverage over there.
Ball at the 8-yard
They have his. When they show him on the scoreboard, they have his previous number, 23.
Pioneer Nation.
He wears number 10 now. So,
well, no wonder I'm confused.
2 receivers left. Second and goal from the 8.5. Gonna give to Ross, who tries to find a hole up the right side, and there's a whole bunch of orange waiting for him right there. Down to the 8, got a half yard. It'll be third and goal from the 8. It looked like a trip out to the woods right there here later this month. All the orange.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's that time of year almost. Hey, what do we only have? A couple weeks till
well, we
deer
talked
hunting
about
opens.
getting stuff from the apparel store. I'm like, I need to get some orange so I feel like I fit in out in rural Wisconsin. But
that ad's coming.
You're wearing orange today. I got blue. I'm always in the blue.
Well, we beat the team colors.
We'll get broadcaster fit checks here after this play. Third down and goal from the 8. 3 receivers to the left. An H-back in to block. Moen sets, throws, has a receiver who's immediately decked. And that is Francis over there to make the big hit. And it's going to be 4th and goal from the 5-yard line.
Seems as though Aaron Williams was not happy with that tackle. Nothing bad or anything like that, but just
I think the way he got up, he pushed on him to stand back up, I think is where the issue came. So now we're going to get a field goal attempt.
And Garrison Jackman.
Potentially no relation to Hugh Jackman. We can check on that with Pete Knutson. High snap, set down, and the kick is good to tie the game. But I tell you what, the holder did an amazing job there in setting that down, as Brady Prevey was able to get that high snap, set it down, and get the kick booted through. That is amazing work.
Well, he's a punter, so he's used to having to go up after snaps once in a while. But hey, Pioneer fans, fall is here, and you might be looking for a new UW-Platteville sweater or zip-up to wear to games. Shop online on one of the Pioneer's online stores. Just go to letsgopioneers.com and click Shop. And add some orange and blue to your wardrobe and have it shipped directly to your home. You do need orange.
Garrison Jackman, I have also just researched, is no relation to the actor. So just wanted to make sure we got that out there.
Well, at least now we're all straight on that.
Big thanks as well to, we're the only broadcast for the game today. But what is great is that, first of all, full disclosure, I did UW-Stout broadcast for a long time. So I personally have a lot of love for the Blue Devils program. But their broadcaster today is covering basketball, so it's a big shout out to Pete Knutson, who's been the longtime Stout Blue Devils announcer, and just his help in getting ready for all the action that we get to call here. So I wanted to give my friend Pete a shout out before he goes off and hangs out with basketball later today. I got basketball tomorrow for the Pioneers myself. Burnett bobbles the catch at the 7, accelerates to the 15 to the 20. And he's going to get hit hard and stopped at the 22. And that is where the Pioneers will take over on offense, 1st and 10. We have a lot of friends in broadcasting, don't we?
We've got all kinds of stuff going on.
Attention Pioneer fans 21 and older, make sure to stop by the Potosi Beer Garden located next to the scoreboard.
Well, this is the case. Pioneers need to kind of get something going right back again. You want to answer if you can, just like Stout did.
Potosi Beer Garden right next to the scoreboard, open till the end of the 3rd quarter.
First down for Stout, for Platteville at the 23. I have Stout's website open in front of me. Selding will give it off the left side, and good moves there to pick up a few yards, and it'll be
Tackled by Brewer.
the return here of
Gain of 7.
Zach Bothan, who has missed a couple of games with injury. So Bothan will pick up a solid 7 yards. It'll be second down. Bothan, the leading rusher for the team, despite missing a couple of games. He has 459 yards rushing this year coming in. So nice to see Bothan back out there. It's a sign that things are getting a little healthier for the Pioneers, given all the injuries they've had this year. 2nd and 3. Ball dropped on the turf. Selding will pick it up and tosses out to the near side, and good effort made to advance the ball by Braden Knoll, the freshman. Knoll, by the way, last week was named the Scout Team Player of the Week for special teams by the Pioneers. So earning some playing time here with some good moves to break a tackle before he is caught by Seidel. Pioneers don't have to run a play here if they don't want to, with 8 seconds left in the opening quarter. We'll see if they get the play off in time with 5 seconds. Now
Not
3,
happening.
2, 1, and it's the end of the first quarter. We are tied at 3. Platteville 3 and Stout 3. We have more football coming up for you next right here on Pioneer Sports, part of the WIAC Network.
Your Pioneers 3, UW-Stout 3. Pioneer Nation all season long, all year long. The Platteville A&W will be offering a free ice cream cone.
Pioneer fans, make sure you download UW-Platteville Athletics official mobile app. Go to Google App or the App Store on your mobile device and download the Pioneer Athletics Game Day app today. Look for the orange icon with the pickaxe logo. Keep up with your favorite teams, watch games, get stats, scores, notifications, and much, much more. Download the Pioneer Athletics Game app today.
I was able to take those major specific classes right when I stepped foot on campus. I've been able to really get to know my professors, and they want you to succeed.
We have great professors that really help you understand what you're doing and why you're doing it.
The class sizes are smaller, so the relationships I had with all my professors were really great.
Being able to come here and get with a lot of the high-tech lab equipment, being taught by your actual professors, getting to know them one-on-one is a good return on investment.
Welcome back to Pioneer Stadium. Start of the second quarter, tied at 3. Handoff goes to Bolton up the right. He scoots past. He's got a first down and more before he gets pushed out of bounds. It'll be a first down for the Pioneers.
Well, that shows right there that he's healthy to run the ball.
In the opening quarter, Platteville ran for 36 yards. Stout at 48 yards rushing. Platteville, 39 yards through the air. Stout, 34 yards. So a bit back and forth in that first quarter. Average yards per play, the Pioneers, 7.5. Stout, just under 6 yards per play, as it was an even first quarter between these teams. 1st and 10, Platteville at the 50. Bankston is back in at running back for the Pioneers. H-back in the formation, and they will send the pass out to the near side. Seisey gets past one would-be tackler, stays on his feet, uses that big frame of his to power forward, picks up a hard-earned 3 yards receiving on the play.
Well, he ended up and he tried to shake his leg away from one would-be tackler, and finally able to get back up there.
Well, he stretched out further than I thought. He got 4 yards on that pickup. That helps when you're as tall as Seisey, 6'3", 200 pounds, former Belleville Wildcat. We talk about him every week, just what a great high school athlete he was, but he's been such a good athlete here for the Pioneers as well the past few years. He's become kind of the go-to guy, the possession receiver to help things along. They are going to hand to the left, and they're going to pick up positive yardage to the near side to Bolton, who is going to get it close to a first down. The sticks were moving, but he's a yard short. All right, now the sticks move back. I was going to say, he went out of bounds short. They have him spotted a yard, 2 yards short of the first. The chains were actually picking up and moving.
Well, the one official was looking like he was going on the other side of the 40, and yeah. So the chain guys assumed.
3rd and 2 at the 42. Not sure if this is 4-down territory yet. Got to throw. Selding, plenty of time. Got to throw it. Has a man and is going to beat it. He hang on. Through all that contact, it is going to be grabbed by Seisey, and it's going to be a first down Platteville at the 18.
With hands like that, the ability to hold on to the football, and you've got a defensive back that's pretty much trying to pound it away in Carson Tate. That was a great catch.
Carson Tate, an outstanding high school player at Regis. Had great coverage on that play. Seisey just muscled his way to the ball and pulled it away. 1st and 10 from the 18 for Platteville. Bothan finds a hole. At the left, accelerates through. To the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Pioneers! Welcome back, Zach Bothan, as he's into the end zone to score. Swing the axe as Platteville goes up 9-3 with 12:08 to go in the second quarter.
That's an example of patience as a running back, because he was stuffed in there and just waited, and then it opened and away he went.
Zach Bothan with the score, his 10th rushing touchdown of the year. Mobley to kick the point after. It is up, and it is good. Didn't see the kick on the screen, but I can assure you it was good. 10-3, Platteville is ahead of Stout, 12:08 second quarter. That Pioneer touchdown is brought to you by Nick's Public House Community Fund.
And some scores that we're interested in hearing. First of all, Whitewater and Eau Claire. Right now at halftime, it's Whitewater 41, Eau Claire 3.
That's close.
And the other big game, River Falls is leading La Crosse, and that is at halftime as well, 24-7.
I tell you what, I got to talk to Matt Walker this morning on the radio, and he talked about what an opportunity it was for the program, because they have not been to the playoffs since 1996. They haven't had a share of a conference title since 1998. They haven't had an outright conference title since the 1980s, and that's all in line for them if they can hang on with that score. He talked a lot this morning about just the pride they take in getting to this point, because Walker's been there for a long time, and that program struggled for years with Coach Walker, and they were able to finally turn it with that identity now, running that offense they run, getting up and down the field. That is, I know that here in Platteville land, maybe not want to hear all these glowing things about a program, a rival program in the conference, but it is incredible what they've been able to do to rebuild football at River Falls. Here's the return, and it's going to be a good one out to the 24, still at his feet, and then taken down finally at the 25-yard line on the return, as the Blue Devils got a good one there by JoJo James, the freshman out of Chicago.
That was a great running, no doubt about that.
Got a lead block on the play, too, from one of their top receivers in Devontae Evans, who's out there on special teams.
1st and 10.
He's the other returner, but he went out and threw a block. If you're going to play in this Blue Devils offense as a receiver, you're going to have to block. 1st and 10 at the 25. Moen will put it on the ground. Ross will pick it off the left side before being wrestled down after a 3-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 7.
And again, that's one of the things you strive for, is to get, you'd like to have a little more than 3 yards, but still it's positive.
Boy, the River Falls lacrosse game today up at Raymer Field, Smith Stadium. If I wasn't here, that's where I would be today. This is a game, too, of massive importance. But I tell you what, you've got so many. Every week, there's always 2 or 3 games that are just massive matchups in the WIEC all year. Back to throw, Moen looking, tossing left, a little high for his target, and it'll be incomplete, looking for Carter. It'll be 3rd down and 7 coming up. And we saw lacrosse here. River Falls was a road game. I watched that game online that week when Platteville was up there. What the Falcons are doing this year, if they were to hold on and win that game today, River Falls has to play Stout next week, and that's a conference title game for them, as for River Falls, that is. And if they win that, they would be outright champs in the conference for the first time since, I think, the year I was born, which is, 100 billion years ago. Back to throw, Adam Moen. Under pressure, hit, stays on his feet, throws a dart. It's incomplete, but he avoids the sack, and it'll be fourth down. We're going to have an injury to a Pioneer edge rusher there, and that looks like Elijah Krantz.
Timeout for an injured player of the defense.
Krantz had him had him around the waist, trying to pull him down, and unfortunately, he goes down himself. So that'll be an injury timeout with 11:13 to go in the second quarter. Platteville 10 and Stout 3. I did mention, Wally, my history with Stout. I had done games there for a long time. I got to talk to, some of the coaching staff there. Obviously, when you're in a place for a long time, you get to know the folks there. And I think for both of these teams, and also, obviously hearing from Munns in the pregame, Coach Munns for Platteville, I think people know what's at stake here 2 weeks out from the postseason. Both of these teams have postseason aspirations, and this game goes a long ways to deciding that.
Yes, it does. Hey, if you're not already, be sure to follow UW-Platteville Athletics on social media. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for scores, updates, recaps, photos, and more. Also, be sure to follow your favorite Pioneer team accounts to get to know the programs on and off the competition fields.
4th and 7.
Fourth down, and Stout set to punt it away. Brady Prevey will get ready to kick it. Sophomore out of Randolph, high punt, and a fair catch at the last second. Ball is tipped away by Stout, and there's going to be a flag thrown. I think this is going to be for kick interference. Stout saying they recovered it. They're saying that it touched Platteville, and now they got a lot to sort out down to the field. The flag, though, would be for a kick catch interference.
Yeah, that's...
It was a late fair catch call. It came like a second before the ball got there. But that's the flag on the field at the 33, and now they got to talk about it. Platteville's offense is out on the field, and the officials are grabbing Platteville's football, so this would appear to be that regardless of what they call here, that it's going to be Pioneers football, flag or not. If there's no flag, they're going to have the ball back, it looks like at the 19. They're still talking about it.
Yeah, I'm just curious as to, there's a couple of different things they could call.
Here we go.
See which one.
The ruling on the field is that the kick was muffed by the kicking team, recovered by the kicking team. Kick catch interference. Number 49. It's a 15-yard penalty in the spot of the foul. First down.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things you could call. There's illegal touching, there's kick interference, and they called the interference.
And what's big there is he did make a point to say that the kick was muffed, which means that Stout would have recovered the football at the 19-yard line going in without the kick catch interference. So now the Pioneers offense will head out to the field.
After the penalty, 1st and 10.
I like the fact that the official did a good job of explaining the call.
Well, and also the stakes of it, because if they didn't make that call, it would have been Stout football at the 19.
Right.
So kick catch interference is a call, a very late fair catch call. Burnett, though, able to actually make the call, and now stands in as the running back. He'll leak out for a pass as Uselding in trouble, heaves one near side. It's going to be caught on the near side on the bench as Carter Stair elevated from the sideline to make the catch.
Well, that was a great job of throwing the ball away. There was no doubt he's throwing it downfield past the line of scrimmage.
Sicey was crossing on the route there, so it was...
So he was actually somewhat close, within 15 yards.
But hey, Carter Stair was there to get a catch on the sideline. That would have been his third catch had he actually been in on that play.
Well, that's true.
On the year. 2nd and 10 at their own 48. Platteville, 2 receivers stacked to the right. Burnett, the running back. He brings a speed dimension to the position. They'll motion across to the near side, and we're going to get a flag or a timeout. No flag, so is this a timeout? Delay of game. All right.
Offense, number 16. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
No flag on
Clock
the field.
Operator, please reset the game clock to 10 minutes, 53 seconds.
Yeah, that's
1-0,
usually you do see a
5-3.
flag flying on that, but
Thank you.
So they'll line up now and go on 2nd and 15 for their own 43. The Pioneers wearing the orange uniforms today. Now Carter stared into the game as he motions out into the slot. Empty backfield for Uselding. Back to throw. Stands ahead. Now he goes to run. Wrapped up and taken down at the line of scrimmage as he is tackled on the play. A great job there by Drew Schneider, the St. Cloud, Minnesota product, who will take him down for no gain. It'll be 3rd and 15.
And now that puts you in a little bind because 3rd and longs are always a challenge.
Rain coming down a little bit. It's hitting the front of the press box with the wind blowing in towards the Pioneer sideline a bit. Expert job of managing the cables. All the water is staying out on the cables here. It's always good. Keep the snowflakes out of here as well when they come later. 3rd and 15. Uselding will set up a receiver screen to the right. One tackle broken, but not the second. And right there again is Schneider for the stop, a pickup of maybe a yard. And the Pioneers will send on Ben Yonker to punt it away.
Yeah, there just really wasn't a lot of opportunity over there. The coverage came up on that very, very quick by the Stout Blue Devils.
Gavin Goodman was first in on the stop. Slow him down. Knoll had the reception there. Stout looks like they're coming after this one. Spread punt formation. Yonker standing back at his 29. Clean release. Spiraling. High kick. Going to be caught. And then a blast at the 20-yard line. And the Stout sideline looking for a flag. I don't think he called for a fair catch, though.
Fair catch made by Carter.
Well, I'm looking to see.
Well, he made a fair catch, so what are they saying that he got blocked into him?
Yeah, I think so. It's got to be the only thing you could call.
Oh, here we are.
The player was blocked into the returner. First down.
There we go. They explained it to us. He was blocked into the returner.
Hey, good job, official.
1st and 10. UW-Stout, ball the 20.
So Stout will have it on their own 20, 1st and 10. Good explanation from the officiating crew here today. This crew has been outstanding so far.
Yes, they have.
Timothy Polson is the white hat today. He going to be mowing, pulling, and taking big hole up the right side, and a huge gain of 17. And a Stout first out.
It's taking advantage of the fact that the Pioneers have flowed very well to where they believe the ball is going. And unfortunately, it didn't go to where they wanted.
Empty here with 5 wide. Moen turns, throws, and it is intercepted on the far side. Picking it off is Cam Peterson, a junior from Mound, Minnesota. Jumps the route, and now it'll be first down, Platteville at the 36.
That was a beautiful job on that interception. And it's like he could see that that's what they were looking at, and he was able to step in front and make the catch.
12th interception of the year for Platteville, first for Peterson, as he's able to turn it over to the Pioneers at the 34, where they spot it going in. 1st and 10, midway, or about the midway point of the second quarter, with Platteville up 10-3. He stepped out of bounds, it looked like, when he made the pick, after he made the pick. So Uselding back out there, Bankston the tailback of this formation with everybody bunched in tight. Gonna hand off with a pulling H-back, and that's a quick 8-yard pickup right there for Bankston.
That's the type of play I've always liked, where you get as long as you've got the H-back back there, that's usually him on a trap type block, that type of thing, and that's what he did right there. Good job blocking.
That was a great job swinging over to make the block by Parker Douglas. We don't get to say the names of the blockers a lot, so it's always fun to see them when they get out in space, do the hard work to spring the play free. They got everybody bunched up on the right side of the formation, ball in the crown of the field on 2nd and short. Bankston to the right of Uselding, going to toss it to the right from that bunch formation, and tripped up on the play by Blaine Seidel. And Seidel with another tackle in this game. That is a big stop again, and it'll be 3rd down.
Ball spot the 26-yard line.
Backed up to, well, he made it to the 26. It gained a little bit, but not enough.
6 tackles for Seidel so far. 67 on the year coming in. Ball's at the 26, 3rd and 2 for Platteville. No gain on the previous play.
Yeah, back up from Medford. That's up in the North Country.
It's getting close to where I grew up. 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Selding tosses near side. It is caught, and it should be enough for a first down. Tackle made in bounds. It's Sicey again, and it'll be first down Platteville to the 21 with forward progress.
I like that route that he ran. It's kind of like a fish hook, where he comes back on down and then kind of circles back around, but making certain that he's got enough for the first down.
And you got a frame like that, you can use your body for positioning as well. Tackle made on the play by Goodman. Played at Chi High, another Chippewa Valley product. 3 receivers right, empty backfield. Selding back to throw, feeling a bit of pressure, gets it across the middle. And then a suplex on Stair after he caught it. Stair has his 3rd catch of the year as Seidel gets the tackle. About a 4-yard pickup there, 2nd and 6 coming up.
He didn't like the style of tackle used on him. Body language showed that.
Well, Seidel's going to have a steel chair on the next play, maybe leap off the turnbuckle. Got him to the ground, that's all that matters. For Stout.
Hey,
for Platteville, 2nd and 6.
Hey, you got 4 yards.
At the 17. Yeah, 4-yard pickup by Stair. Bankston, the running back. And he'll take it into a crowd, bounces out of the pile, escapes to the near side, to the 10, to the 5, and he is stretching for the pylon. He is out of bounds at the 1. Goal to go. They're going to spot it just inside the 2. 1st and goal, Platteville. Do you have an injury on the field for a Pioneer in the end zone on the near side? He's still down.
That's a Stout Blue Devil.
That's what I meant. I'm sorry. I was looking at my notes looking at the sheet in front of me with Platteville and their offensive statistics. It is a Blue Devil who is being helped off. And they're going to walk him through the end zone. So we'll tell you right now that we've got more Pioneers action for you this weekend. Tomorrow on the home stream, WIAC Network, it'll be Platteville men's basketball home opener against Nebraska Wesleyan. That'll be tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Women's soccer playing for the WIAC Championship presented by Culver's against lacrosse at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon as well. This afternoon, Platteville women's basketball team playing in Dubuque. They'll be pretty much right now. In about 8 minutes, they tip off as they take on Loris. And the wrestling program is in Plymouth for the Lakeland University Muskie Scramble. So there is another, I think it's the same injury.
Yeah, same one.
So they're hanging out with him. Now he's back up and hopping off the field.
I can do it.
Yep, that's the injured player right there. That is Jesse Ellis, sophomore out of Homewood, Illinois. 10-3, Platteville leading with 5:49 to go here in the second quarter. Next week, the Pioneers will finish up the regular season playing up in Eau Claire. A market I got the broadcast in for a long time. So that coverage will be provided by UW Eau Claire.
Just inside the 2-yard
and
line. The previous play is another Pioneer.
Then we'll find out where the Pioneers go in the postseason. If it's the playoffs, if it's the Isthmus Bowl, we'll find that out all together here in a couple of weeks. Goal to go from inside the 2. Selding will turn. He'll give off the left side. Walking in. Touchdown, Pioneers. Swing the axe, Trevor Burnett, as Platteville goes up 16-3. Burnett in to score, and that is his 3rd touchdown of the season and 3rd touchdown in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's one of the things. You could tell they were coming this way. You end up and you've got your 3 linemen back over on that side. Then you got your wing back, and then you bring your H-back in motion over it, where else you pretty much expect that type of play.
Mobley to try to tack on the extra point here. 5:37 second quarter as the kick is up, and the kick is good. 17-3, Platteville leading Stout. That touchdown brought to you by Nick's Public House Community Fund.
Your score, your Pioneers 17. UW-Stout.
I took all your live reads away from you. Sorry about that.
Well, that's
Wally.
fine. You can go right ahead and do that. I'm not complaining. River Falls is leading La Crosse yet. It's 24-7. There again. That's just at the early stage of the third quarter. And Oshkosh is leading Stevens Point 20-7 in the second quarter. And of course, right here, the Pioneers are leading Stout 17-3.
Whitewater, I think you told me, was having a tough time with Eau Claire.
Well, Eau Claire scored.
Okay.
They kicked a field goal, so it's now 41-3.
That's the opponent for Platteville next week. Stout will take on River Falls next week, and for Stout, that's a ticket to the postseason next week. This week and next week, if they were to win out, would be putting them perhaps in line for a share of the conference title. But either way, the postseason hopes for the Blue Devils rest of these final two very tough games on the road here at Platteville. They do host River Falls next week, and River Falls and Stout. For those two schools, the proximity, those matchups tend to be a lot of fun.
Well, those neighborhood things always are.
Their rival is Eau Claire, the War on 94, but River Falls makes her a little spice as well. Here's a deep kickoff to the left side, and it'll be taken over there by James, who stays on his feet, accelerates, has some room off the left side, accelerates to the 30, up to the 40, and he'll be escorted out of bounds as the kicker, Mobley, and others were over there to wall him out of play shy of midfield.
That was an excellent job of reading where everyone was as you're making a return.
And in a lot of cases where you go one direction, then flip around to the other side, you're looking for a flag for a block in the back or a hold, because when you reverse field like that on an open field play like that, that's what can happen as people turn and give chase. But to Stout's credit, did a great job laying off the blocks, and that allowed the big return right there out to the 45, 1st and 10 Blue Devils. Going to hand it to Hughes, who's going to carry a defender for a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Again, that's one of the things, you know, some people get all they say to say, why do they do all of this running around and all of this over here and that over there? And I said, it's real simple. All it is, it's what we call window dressing. They run the same plays. It's just window dressing to make it look like we're going to do something else.
Yeah, and in a zone blocking scheme, a handoff at any point can look like any number of plays. Back to throw, Moen looking, sets, lots of time here. Now in trouble, darts it near side, and a blast after the play made by Meyer. Incomplete, 3rd down coming now.
Meyer was just letting Hughes know that I was there.
Tell you what, though, the line for Stout has done a really good job of slowing down the pass rush here. And they have now forced a couple of these throwaway type plays, but the offensive line has been doing a pretty solid job in protecting the passer.
One of the secrets in pass blocking is you do not want that defensive player to make contact and hold on to contact with you. You want to push him away and get him away from you. And that way you can still control him.
Offensive line coach Derek Branch for Stout. Great job in coaching the offensive line for the Blue Devils. 2 really good offensive lines here today. Moen across the middle, nobody home, too high. The closest receiver on that play was Kate Tappan, but incomplete. 4th and 9 near midfield, and special teams coming out for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, that was over Tappan's head, and he really did not have an opportunity to be able to make a play on it. And you did have a Pioneer that kind of was spying, that was sitting back behind where all the rush was going on. You had to make sure he got it over those outstretched arms.
Feels like the temperature just took a sudden drop in here. Just looking around, looking for the draft in here.
Well, there's not heat. Wasn't that?
Here's the punt. High snap. Punt is away. It's a spiraling punt, and it'll be taken by Burnett, who gets decked. Woo! Got smoked back there at the 13. That's making a highlight reel. No fair catch attempt made on the play, and a big shot made by Mason Frank, who's their H-back tight end on offense. My goodness, they'll put the ball at the 14. Burnett, a late fair catch signal the last time. That time he didn't even put one out there.
I would probably put my arm up if they're getting that close to me.
Yeah, when they're getting that close.
I'd be waving my arm all over to let them know I'm there.
I'd be waving it as soon as they punted it. Like, no, just let me catch this ball. I don't want to get hit.
Well, we already know about getting hit as coaches on the sideline, so.
Yeah, I got cleated this year by Potosi Cassville. They are actually on to level 4 next week, state semifinal in high school football, nearby here to Platteville. Coach Seegert does an amazing job there. Here's the handoff up the middle. This is Bothan, picks up a couple. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, when you compliment some of the area coaches, Seegert's one of the ones I have to always compliment. What a program that he has built down there. And what impresses me as much as anything else, the size of the school and the number of players he has out for football. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, when you consider the two schools, and you consider Cassville has maybe, 35 students in the high school, and we got to play, I got to coach a game at Cassville this year, so I've gotten to see now both of their fields. Do a good job with the co-op program there. It's awesome. It's fun to learn from guys like Coach Seeger, too. 2nd and 8. Selding steps forward, throws it deep down the middle, looking for Sicey, and incomplete. A whole lot of contact as the ball was in the air, and they're going to say they were playing they're up there. They were just going to let them play. Incomplete. Looking for Sicey down the seam, and it'll be 3rd and 8.
I mean, it was still almost a great catch, but again, when you got somebody holding on to you, it's kind of hard to catch the ball.
So it'll be 3rd and 8 now for Platteville. Stout knows where Sicey is at all times. If there's an adjustment to make, it's just putting a couple sets of eyes following him around.
Well, definitely I would have somebody on him no matter what, and maybe 2.
So on 3rd and 8, Bolton stays out. Back to throw. Selding, design quarterback run, accelerates up the middle. He's got the first as Seidel gets another tackle. He's up to 8, but it is a first down. Platteville up to the 26, 3.5 to go until halftime. Platteville with all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute break.
Makes you kind of wonder, does anyone else make tackles?
Nobody else for Stout has more than 3 right now. Receiver screen to the right side, staying on his feet. A little nifty moves over there for Platteville. And Gavrick will have his first catch of the game up to the 31. It'll be 2nd and 5.
He's one of those players that's an example of why depth is so important in the WIAC conference, because he came in after an injury, and look at what he's done ever since. He's ended up, and I think that first game back, he made about 5 catches.
He had the, 17 catch game? There was a lot of catches the one week.
Oh, I know it.
Carson Tate had the tackle on the previous play. 2nd down and 5. They'll swing this to Bothan. Gets into the open field, has a lot of defenders in front of him. And he's going to get close to it first, short by a yard. Seidel and others in the area, along with Sebastian Smith. It'll be 3rd and 1.
It almost looked like he was looking, okay, there's Seidel. I'm going to see if I can run him over.
Well, they were looking, and you see Smith was the first one there. Seidel was there to clean it up. That was Gabe Kramer, the outside linebacker, Ironton, Minnesota, who is in on the stop over there. It'll be 3rd and 1. Platteville's going to let it tick to the 2-minute break. 17-3, Platteville leading Stout.
The 2-minute timeout.
So they are going to talk things up and see what they have lined up for 3rd and 1 from their own 35 here in just a moment.
At UW-Platteville, we're not just shaping minds. We're building futures through our renowned engineering programs, state-of-the-art labs, and industry-leading opportunities. We graduate the 2nd largest number of engineering degrees in Wisconsin and a 95% job placement rate. We're developing leaders who drive innovation at top companies worldwide. And with nearly 60 majors, including computer science, forensic investigation, business, education, and agriculture, there's something for everyone here. It's not all work and no play. UW-Platteville offers 180 plus student clubs and 816 acres of beautiful green spaces. Discover why UW-Platteville is a smart investment. Apply now. And innovation is just kind of the norm at UW-Platteville. So it's starting to seem, we've had a number of innovations that we've heard of that's coming out of some of the departments here.
Well, let's see what they innovate here on 3rd and 1. Try to keep this drive going on a 2-minute drill. Their own 35, 3rd and 1, Platteville. Bothan is the running back. Everybody packed in tight. Stout's got everybody in the box waiting here. Bothan is going to get spun down He's going to have the first, and timeout Platteville as they get the first down. Or let's say they stop it.
Tackle by Schneider. Ball spot the
Maybe not a timeout. Now they run the clock. I was going to say they stop the clock for the first down. First and 10, Platteville at their own 37. They haven't moved the chains yet, but there's some confusion here. Now they move the chains, and now we're ready to go. Minute 43 in the second quarter, and now we're ready to go again.
If that's the only mistake made by the crew, and that includes the chain gangs, that's good.
Guys next to me that are running the game off the game clock, they're all smiling right now. Selding, some pressure, throws it, has his man on a crossing route, going to be shy of the first, going to get it close to the midfield, up to the 46. Gavrick with the catch. It'll be 2nd and 1 and a timeout Platteville. With a minute 24 to go in the second quarter, it is Platteville 17 and Stout 3. Pioneers take their first timeout.
Well, and you really would like to be able to get down and get another score of some sort.
Seidel with another tackle.
Platteville, their first of the half.
Just copy and paste his name on every tackle made in this game.
I'm trying to update my screen here to get an update on the scores in the conference, but
I think the rain has turned off the internet because the live stats are also down.
Well, yeah, they're just not.
The internet has stopped working completely here, so that's all right. That's what we got cell phones for, right?
Now they're telling me I need to have cookies. I already have 2 cookies in front of me.
Yeah, you've got chocolate
4,
chip,
and I got a chocolate bar.
Chocolate chip, molasses. You got a scotcheroo over there. You're set.
Well, you know. Oh, good.
You eat like my 9-year-old.
Well, at times.
You've got 4 cookies and a scotcheroo on your plate, some random fruit, and cheese curds.
Well,
my 7-year-old son would make that exact plate.
Yeah, but see, the cookies are what's left. I've eaten all the fruit and vegetables, well, except for 1 carrot and a chunk of pineapple and a strawberry.
Second and 1 for Platteville at their own 46. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. 84 seconds till halftime. They still have 2 timeouts. Orbit motion, and they are going to give on the run, both and off the right side. Should have a first down. He does, up to the 48. So stop the clock to move the chains. Platteville will try to get set and go real quick here.
Results in another Pioneer.
Pioneers with 3 left. Back to throw. Selding steps up. He's going to throw this one deep down the left. It's too far. Nearly intercepted on a diving attempt there. I believe that was Carson Tate making the diving attempt. And it will be 2nd and 10.
Well, Carson Tate made a good effort after it, but again, was beyond his reach as well.
Live stats came up, but they are 5 minutes behind. But we can tell you that the Pioneers have gone over 100 yards rushing in the contest here in the first half, averaging about 160 a game on the ground. Selding looks, steps, throws, high, incomplete, looking on the slant. So a couple of quick incomplete passes. That time looking for Gavrick. It'll be 3rd down for Platteville at the 48.
And we do have an upstate in the River Falls lacrosse score. River Falls now leads 31-7.
That is really surprising. I mean, last week, the big win over Whitewater was a huge surprise. This is the margin, but that margin surprised me even more because we saw lacrosse here. And yeah, Platteville got the win, but lacrosse is a really good football program, a really good team this year. Back to throw. Selding steps up, winds up, throws deep to the right. It's up. It is going to be incomplete. He got into the hands of the receiver and could not haul it in over there. It will be 4th down, and Platteville will be punting it back to Stout with 57 seconds to play till halftime.
That's unfortunate. That was to Shane Crandall over on the far sideline, just unable to hold on to the ball.
So a punt from near midfield by the All-American Ben Yonker. James back to return it. Very strong last name for JoJo James. Always appreciate the James game. Here we go. Yonker to punt. Sky high. Going right to the 9-yard line. James able to fair catch right there. And for Stout, they'll have to go 92 yards to pay turf in 49 seconds with all 3 timeouts to score before halftime. A punt down inside the 10 for Yonker. Down to the 8-yard line from his own 48.
That's a long way.
44-yard punt.
It's a long ways to go in 49 seconds.
They do get the ball back to start the second half, so you might not see how far Moen can throw a football, but Birmingham is also not somebody who's just going to rest and take anything for granted here either. Moen rolls to his right, looking, throws to his right. He's got it, and then it is Meyer and others making a tackle at the 12, 4-yard pickup.
And they kept it in bounds, so the clock continues to run.
And Stout's not moving too quickly here, so
no,
they do get back to the line. They're not taking a timeout, so they have to run a play before halftime. Receivers do finally get set. Nearly got the Pioneers to jump. Moen throws a dart. It is caught again by Evans. And this is a first down up to the 19. And now we do get the timeout by Stout, their first. 16 seconds to go until halftime.
You know, the rain actually has held off pretty good. If there's anything out there, it's more misty than anything.
Still makes it a little slippery, but I'm surprised there. Stout started this drive with nearly a minute, and they let all that time run away, and now they're using their timeouts.
Yeah, they lost 31 seconds. Or 32, I guess it would be.
It's just, I guess if you were going to go, you would have taken a timeout on the previous play. But instead, now they'll have 16 seconds and 2 timeouts, and well, the Blue Devils do get the ball to start the second half.
Well, maybe they want to give Moen a chance to see how far you can throw the ball.
Yeah, you're right. It is raining very lightly out there right now. It's not a downpour by any means, but it is a light rain. It's enough to get the umbrellas out anyway. It's enough to make me grateful for being indoors right now.
I like press boxes.
Moen, back to throw. Steps up in the pocket with good protection. It is incomplete, but there was a lot of contact there on the intended receiver, Cade Tappan, and I think Francis is going to get called for a pass interference. Here we go.
He got there a little quick.
The call will be made on the front. There are 2 flags down, so 2 officials saw the contact before the ball got there. This would move the ball from the 19 up to the 34.
Pass interference, defense, number 5. The ball be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Ball to the 32, excuse me. I was doing the math wrong.
But you know what? The time still came off the clock, so we're down to 10 seconds.
2 timeouts for Stout, so I'm sure whoever catches the ball here, or if they run it, whatever they decide to do, there'll be a timeout as soon as the play ends. Moen. We'll see a 3-man rush on this play. Steps up in the pocket, rolls out to the near side, throws, finds his man on the sideline who gets shoved out at the 37. 2 seconds remain until halftime as Tappan got open in that zone defense. He's going to be down at the 30, what are they saying, the 37 or the 36? Stout uses a timeout at second with 2 seconds to go. And this may be a Hail Mary play coming up.
Well, this is a case where it looked like the Tappan did everything he could to try to hide amongst the yellow jerseys over here on the sideline. You know, white against orange, you know.
If they were to try a field goal from here, and I'm not saying they will, it would be for 55 yards, maybe 56 if they move the holder back an extra yard to drive the kick. There is a bit of wind. There is some mist. I would imagine, though, that rather than attempt a 56-yard field goal, we're about to see a play to the end zone.
They're busy trying to decide exactly where they're marking the ball here.
Look at the Pioneers' defense. The defensive backs are all the way back.
They already know where they're putting it. They're just trying to get the change in the down marker to agree.
All right, we're not going to see a 50-plus yard field goal attempt here. We're going to see from the 38, one last play to the end zone, barring a defensive penalty. 2 seconds to go until the break. Stout will also get the ball to start the second half. 3-man rush coming here for Platteville. Barring a defensive penalty, this is the final play of the first half. Moen to pass. Edge rusher gets free off the one side. Delayed rush will catch up. Moen is just going to go out of bounds near side. The pressure for the Pioneers ends the first half without a throw to the end zone, and we have reached halftime with Platteville leading 17-3 here at Pioneer Stadium. First half stats look like this. Platteville 110 rushing yards, 95 yards through the air. Stout 70 rushing yards in the first half, 71 rushing yards and 75 passing as the live stats are just updating here in real time. Platteville held the ball for nearly 2/3 of the first half, but the Blue Devils were able to put together that quick drive there near the end, and they will start the second half with the football as well. Nice to see the return of Zach Bothan to the fold. He and Trevor Burnett each had the touchdowns for the Pioneers, both on the ground, and a couple of field goals either way make it a 17-3 game here at the break. Wally, the first half played out about as you would expect, given that it's been a little rainy, a little wet, seeing a lot of emphasis on the ground game.
Really was a lot of emphasis running the football, but you know what? The Pioneers have done such a good job of building that running program over the year to now they're a very big threat on the ground, where before you go back a couple of years, they were a minor threat. Now it's more major.
So the Pioneers are leading at the break 17-3, averaging on the game almost 6 yards per play. Stout averaging about 5.5 yards per play. We're going to get you down to the band here as soon as they get set. The delay here is that they had to try to keep the instruments dry as long as possible, and now they do get the band coming out. You'll get to enjoy the halftime performance here in just a moment. Again, this matchup will go a long way in deciding who is playing in the postseason this year. It is 17-3, Platteville leading Stout, and that is your score here at the break. You see the Pioneer Band getting set to take the field to entertain us here in the final scheduled home game of the 2025 college football season. We'll let you enjoy the sights and sounds of the Pioneer Marching Band right here. You are watching Pioneer Sports on the WIAC Network. Back here in just a bit. Enjoy the music from here in Platteville.
We all share. This band is living proof that working directly with one another towards a lofty goal is the key to finding common ground and developing admiration for people with opposing viewpoints. We believe that diversity is a strength, not a weakness. That is the theme of our first song. From The Greatest Showman, here is This Is Me. entertain audiences all season long is not exclusive to this band. Each year, we share the field with another extraordinary group of performers. Please welcome to the field the Pioneer Dance Team. The Marching Pioneers and Pioneer Dance Team have enjoyed an incredible long-time collaboration. As a 1960s band named the Turtles once sang, the Marching Pioneers and Pioneer Dance Team are happy together. Oh, to be young again. Youth can be the source of so many enviable traits. Perhaps the greatest of these is the vitality and resilience that young people often demonstrate. At times, college students can behave as if they are impervious to danger, like they think they are invincible. Now we will celebrate that glorious hubris in song. Here is Invincible. even though the marching pioneers are resilient, there are days when members of the band may feel frustrated. Perhaps it is the stress of a particular midterm exam or the pending due date of a big paper. Maybe it's just the sound of Matt Gregg yelling, "One more time," through his megaphone. Whatever the trigger, some days life as a member of the Marching Pioneers can make you just want to scream. Please enjoy Jay Dawson's energy-fueled original marching band classic, Scream. Of course, even on the worst day, we love being Marching Pioneers. We especially enjoy the opportunity to participate in the best game day environment in the WIAC. Now please join us in celebrating the return of Pioneer football with the Pioneer Fight Song! Time for the University of Wisconsin-Platteville Marching Pioneers! The Marching Pioneers would also like to thank the following businesses for their contributions to the 2025 season. Blue Note Music of Platteville, West Music of Dubuque, Piggly Wiggly of Platteville, Mound City Bank, and 608 Custom Screen Print of Dodgeville.
Welcome to our Industry Communication Network Lab. Here, students can access top-of-the-line industry equipment for learning and research purposes. Our lab gathers students from various disciplines, including the power emphasis, computer engineering major, and the cybersecurity major. They work together and learn together. Currently, we have approximately 10 students from the ECE and CSSE departments who are working on different undergraduate research projects, such as designing a microgrid for a future dairy plant and creating a microgrid cybersecurity testbed. Our lab is made possible by generous donations from ABB, MOXA, and GE, and fundings from our department, the EMS College, the university, and WISES. Thanks to their support, we can offer our students hands-on experience with cutting-edge technology and prepare them for real-world challenges in various industries. Let's look at some of the equipment in our lab. In this white cabinet, we have a range of line protection products from ABB, a global technical company that offers innovative solutions for electrification and automation. We have many high-end industrial switches from MOXA and GE and other sources here. Those switches have advanced cybersecurity features, especially designed for OT networks, which are critical components of the modern industry system. In this soundproof cabinet, we have the latest Cisco 9200 series switches and 4300 series routers, which allows our students to take the Cisco Certified Network Associate or CCNA training and certification. With these devices, students can learn how to design, deploy, and manage enterprise-level networks and gain valuable experience in network security and management. With a focus on information acquisition, transmission, and processing, this lab is preparing the next generation of computer engineers to excel in ever-evolving world of technology. Visit us in person to see our Industrial Communication Network Lab in action and meet our talented students and faculty.
Welcome back to Pioneer Stadium. It is halftime, and Platteville leads Stout 17-3, leading Gators in the game so far. Both an industry return, 46 yards and a touchdown on the ground for the Pioneers. Bankston with 43 yards rushing, Burnett has 1 carry, 1 yard, 1 touchdown. That is efficiency. Uselding has 20 yards rushing in the contest. He's also thrown so far in the game for 95 yards, 4 catches and 63 yards for Trevor Seisey. For Stout, Moen has 44 yards rushing, lost 17, Hughes 10. Through the air, Moen has 75 yards passing, 3 catches and 20 yards for Evans, 1 for 30 for Tappan. Hughes and Carter have combined for the rest of the receiving yardage on that. Talking about the tackle situation, Elijah Krantz has 6 tackles for the Pioneers. Blaine Seidel up to 10 tackles already for Stout in the contest. He has tackled anything that moves. Mobley and Jackman each have field goals. Bolton and Burnett have the touchdowns for the Pioneers. Platteville will kick off right to left to start the second half of action here in Platteville. Stout to return left to right. JoJo James and Devontae Evans back to return. Mobley to kick it away as the lights come on and the light rain continues to fall. It may transition to snow by the end of the game.
I'd rather not yet. Not till I get home.
Got a good view of the Pioneer sideline there as they get ready and come out on the field. Mobley to kick it away. And it's a high end-over-end kick. It's going to be taken by Evans at the 12-yard line. He'll take it ahead to the 25, stays on his feet, turns his way forward to the 30, and it'll be first down Stout after a good return by Evans there. As we begin the third quarter, and the Blue Devils found a little momentum there before halftime, moving the ball largely through the air.
Extremely good job by Evans right here, getting that last 5 yards where contact was first made. So a good effort by him.
Ball spotted the 29-yard line.
Moen and the Blue Devils offense ready to go to work. They'll start with a handoff that goes off the left side. Not a whole lot doing there. It'll be 2nd and 8 after a 2-yard pickup by the Blue Devils.
One of the things the Pioneers did very well on that play is they made certain they had somebody back over there on the defensive right side. So if the running back were to try to bounce it, they couldn't go anywhere. And that's precisely what happened.
JoJo James gets his 4th carry of the season. He'll swap out for Ross. It'll be 2nd and 8. Moen will take it out, throw, and Evans has it for a first down for Stout ahead of the 45, up to the 46.
Reception by Evans.
They've had better luck when they've actually gone to more of a straight throwing game than trying to do some of the other little things with it.
You can see them open up the playbook here in the second half, too. 3 receivers to the left. Moen's going to take it right side on the run. Gets past the first wave of tacklers and pushes forward. He's got 14. And another Stout first down. Call it a gain of 13 down to the 41.
Well, this is how they started out on their first possession. And then all of a sudden, the Pioneers stiffened, and they didn't have quite the good fortune of moving the ball.
First down and 10. Stout. 2 receivers to the right. H-back on the right side. They will fake the handoff. Moen will keep, and he's going to run into a big wave of orange uniforms there at the 40-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 9.
There was some sort of mix-up in the backfield, and whatever it was they were trying to do wasn't working.
Krantz gets the tackle. Yeah, the blocking didn't set up the way that I think they had expected to. Play got pushed to the left. Second down and 9. 2 receivers off to the left. Evans, single receiver near side. Moen fakes the handoff, throws to Evans on the near side as they played way off of him. Gets past 1 tackler. Francis will hold him in. Ahead of the 35, down to the, well, maybe right at the 35 where he is stopped. It'll be 3rd and short, Stout.
It actually ended up being a pretty good job of trying to get away from the first tackler there. But, again, like you mentioned, Francis was there to take care of it.
3rd and short here for the Blue Devils. This is 4-down territory. in a two-possession game. 12 to go in the third quarter. Platteville 17, Stout 3. Stout sideline jumping up and down as you see just below the score bug. On your screen, 3 receivers to the left for Moen. Empty backfield. Back to throw. He's going to take it and run, and he's going to get hit forward on the play. It's going to be enough for a first down as Salmons got him, but not before Moen was able to get across the 30 down to the 29.
Yeah, and I think that was a run play all the way. I mean, there's no doubt about it because you could see him tuck the ball away immediately.
So Salmons with the stop, ball to 29, first down, Stout. 2 receivers to the right, couple of tight ends here. In the formation, Moen to throw, moves around the pocket, sidearms one near side, nearly picked off as Meyer got between the receiver and the ball, knocked it down. It'll be a pass defense, but close to an interception, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
I think he was trying to tip it up into the air a little bit. We'll get a better look on the replay.
Yeah, just a little sidearm. I guess he wasn't really looking for the ball, just got out and reached out for the receiver's hands to knock it away. Good defense there. 2nd and 10. Pioneers showing a blitz. Back to throw. Here comes the blitz. Moen in trouble. They throw on the screen. Had the right play call drawn up. The Pioneers dialed up a blitz. They set up a screen, but incomplete on the pass. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Well, the blitzer got in there faster than they anticipated for that screen pass, and he just wasn't able to set and throw the ball like he really would like to throw it. It'll get to Hughes.
Boy, they're lucky, too, Stout, that they didn't get a flag for having an eligible receiver downfield. That lineman was about 6 yards up the field. 3rd and 10 in 4-down territory for Stout. 3 receivers to the right, near side of the field. Moen back to throw, looking left, now looking down the field, throwing to his left, looking into double coverage. The ball is up, and they say incomplete. He was out of bounds, looking for Evans over there, and it'll be 4th and 10, Stout.
It was close enough that he could have almost stepped out of bounds there, but he didn't. Had he been able to catch it in bounds, it would have been a great play.
Carter Contreras was in coverage over there. 4th down, Stout, too far for a field goal. It wouldn't help him a lot anyway. This would be about a 46-yard field goal if they tried it. With the rain and a bit of wind here,
they need the 7, though.
It would be a pretty tough, they need the touchdown. Field goal does not change the fact that it's a 2-possession game. Back to throw, Moen. Good protection. Moves to his right. Throws on the run, and it's out of bounds. Incomplete. Threw it away. And this will turn it over to Platteville at the 29. With 10:49 to go in the third quarter, the Pioneers' defense comes up strong.
That was a great job by the Pioneer defensive secondary because they had everyone covered, and no matter how they tried to move, that coverage stayed with it.
4 straight passes, 4 straight incompletions. Ball back to the Pioneers. And I tell you, the key play in that was the screen play where they blitzed and no one blocked him. And that blew up the screenplay, which could have gone all the way, to be honest. They had a lot of turf in front of them.
That was a great call at that time, and the blitzer just goofed it all up.
Selding and Bankston are the backfield tandem here for the Pioneers. 2 receivers to the right. H-back in motion to the left. They'll run to the side of the motion. Bankston is belted as the Blue Devils get in there in a hurry to stop that one in its tracks. It was a loss of about 2 on the play.
Yeah, that was a matter of that he was coming, and he was coming hard, and there was just no way. It wasn't going to be designed.
Was the first one in there, but had a good blitz up the right side. Seidel back there as well, but Moneykaisen the one that was in position to make the stop. TFL makes it 2nd and 12. Selding on a designed run. Going to be a flag for a hold there. Holding call is going to be called against the Pioneers as Tyler Reed had the defensive end held up, trying to run down the line from that defensive end spot.
Well, that's one of the things. The Pioneers have not done a bad job when it comes to penalties today.
Holding offense, number 74. It's a 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat second down.
So it'll be second down and 22.
Yeah, that's only the third penalty for the Pioneers today. And really, there's only been 2 for Stout, so it's been a real clean game.
These officials have done a really good job today. I've actually really enjoyed their work here today. We talked about them earlier, but they've taken time to explain things even when we've guessed or somewhat correctly on some of the things. More of an educated wish, I guess, when you're talking about it broadcasters, but they've taken time to explain it and make us sound smart.
Well, I'll tell you what, these guys are doing a great job because it's a hard job, but they're doing well.
Especially in the rain, maybe some snow. Right now, just rain. We're okay with that. Knoll motions around the backfield. They'll throw a dart out to Gavrick on the near side. And a couple of those yards back. They'll move it from their 17 up to around the 22, 23. Still going to be third and very long here for the Pioneers.
Well, at least it isn't third and
22.
Well, at least you don't have to go all the way to Boscobel.
No. If they lost any more yards, they might be going all the way back up to Menominee at that point. Third and 17, Platteville. Their own 22-yard line.
Looks like everybody and his brothers over on Sicey.
Got a blitz coming here, too. Seidel waiting off the line. They do send the blitz off the edge. One man did get through on the blitz. They do complete the pass, but it's going to be well short of the sticks. Yonkers going to come on to punt it away. Tackle for a loss on first down. Stop the drive a bit, and then the holding call short-circuited the rest of it. It'll be fourth down, and Yonker on to punt it again.
Well, and it actually ended up being Sicey over there with 3 guys lining up to cover him.
So the Pioneers to punt. James back to return. Heels on the 30. Yonker will kick this one as far as he can. The rain coming down pretty good right now. Here's the punt. Good protection. High, spiraling punt. And it'll be fair caught at the 22, where Stout will take over. They might give him to the 23 with the forward momentum. They do.
That was a nice punt, but he had to have a nice punt. You know, and it was, you could tell it was a driving punt. He had a good spiral on it. That'll drive it through the air.
Especially when you're going through precipitation. Not a ton of wind, but just enough to move things a bit. The flags aren't moving now. They were a lot in the first half. But it's really been the precipitation here today. It hasn't been like a steady rain. It's just been, for much of the game, it's been kind of a nuisance precipitation.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't been that heavy at times. You can see it visibly right now from where we're standing, but it isn't a heavy or driving rain at least. It is cold outside. Moen will hand it left side. That's going nowhere. Maybe a yard. Stout is up to 93 rushing yards, though, averaging right around 5.5, 5.8 per carry. As Hughes gets the carry for a yard, maybe 2, up to the 26. Second down and 8.
It's one of the things. That defensive line for the Pioneers has played very well this game. I just saw, again, that was a tackle by a lineman.
92 rushing yards, 95 passing yards for Stout. Blue Devils will keep it on the ground and pick up decent yardage across the 31 up to the, or across the 30 up to the 31, maybe the 32. It'll be third and short.
But again, that was a pretty good job by the offensive line, making certain there was some space for him to run through.
So Hughes got the carry. Third down and 2 coming up here for Stout. And everybody packed in. They're going to go empty in the backfield. Moen might be taking this one himself. Sets up to throw. On the slant has Evans, and he's got the first down pretty easily up to the 44.
They've ran that same route a number of times, and you know it's one of those routes that's very, very difficult at almost any level to defend.
Yeah, the quick slant on short yardage. Francis gets the tackle. Yeah, the short slant, the quick slant. Pretty hard, especially in man coverage. First and 10 off their own 44 for Stout. 2 receivers to the left. 1 running back behind Moen. Moen will fake the handoff. Will pick it up, pass it off the left side. Up, tipped, and incomplete. Almost picked off over there. It was high And deflected away by the Pioneers. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Good effort at going after the interception, but just couldn't quite get up there to bring it down.
So it'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 10 from their own 44. I can count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2nd down.
4, 3, 2, 1. I can do it backwards.
6:26 third quarter. Platteville leading 17-3. Moen will hand it off, going around the right side to James. James will have plenty of yardage here, and not James, excuse me, that was Hughes. And it's a 1st down for Stout down to the 44.
That was unfortunate. It was a good job making a move over there to get away from Gavins. And
I think that's the longest rush of the game by a running back for Stout this game that puts him over 100 rushing yards on the game. 3 receivers left for Moen, empty backfield. Platteville brings the blitz up the middle, and big deflection on the near side on the quick toss to the right to Teppen, knocked away, incomplete. Krantz and others over there to make sure that one didn't go very far.
It wasn't that far away from being a pick either.
Pioneers have 1 interception today, trying to keep a perfect home record this year, trying to go 5-0 at home.
Well, every coach in the WIAC will tell you it's hard to win on the road, and I don't care where you go.
We'll check on the other scores here as we turn to the 4th quarter. At the last check, though, all 3 games were blowouts. This is the closest game going right now. High slant pass in. This is going to be a 1st down for Stout, as I think Francis gets tagged for his 2nd flag of the game.
Yeah, it came from the official that was behind the play, downfield from the play.
Yeah, they're motioning. It's against Platteville. It's going to be a 1st down, Stout.
Pass interference. Defense, number 10. The ball be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic 1st down.
Tell you what, Francis has been hit with a couple of those this game. We know he's an aggressive player. He's a very good player, but unfortunate, gets tagged with his 2nd penalty of the contest. So it'll be 1st and 10, Stout at the 31 of Platteville. Moen has 1 running back in the formation. Back to throw, being chased, throws it at the ground. Looking on the near side, was under duress, looking for Carter. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it ended up and it bounced it to Carter, but pretty good pressure.
Yeah, no way to block the guy on the end. The edge rusher got through the tight end and didn't even get a hand on him. That forced the incompletion. So the quarterback hurry results in 2nd and 10. 5:42 third quarter. Platteville leading 17-3. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Back to throw. Rolling, Moen, throwing on the screen to the near side. They've got Hughes weaving his way to the 10, to the 5. This one will be coming back. It's not going to be a touchdown. The flag is at the 11, and this one will move. It'll still, I think, it may be a 1st down, depending on the call here and the yardage. Flag is at the 11, so not a touchdown yet. Going to get the call here. So at the moment, Hughes was in for a score on a 31-yard pitch and catch, but here's the call on the penalty.
Holding offense number 1. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Still 2nd down.
So it'll be 2nd and 1. So what this looks like statistically is it's a catch for 9 yards.
Correct.
Or I'm sorry, a catch for 19 yards
19.
and a penalty for 10.
Right.
So instead of it being a 31-yard touchdown, it'll be 2nd and 1 from the 22 for Stout. Different running back into the game right now as well. Zoe McDowell out there with Moen on 2nd and 1 from the 22. Pioneers showing a heavy rush off the near side. They are going to run into the teeth of it, and the Pioneers are going to push them backwards. The defense will knock them back for a loss of 2 as they ran headfirst into that blitz. It'll be 3rd and 3.
That was a great job by the Pioneer defense. The linebackers, the defensive line, really put a hard rush on right at the point of attack.
Yeah, Krantz pushing the pile. Yeah, boy, you had a lot of orange jerseys in there. Hard to give any one guy the credit there, but they had a lot of orange swarming the ball. It is now 3rd and 3. This, again, I think is 4-down territory.
I agree.
Double tight end set. Now they get 2 receivers to the left as they go empty. Moen can run, and he fakes the run. Steps up the throw. Looking to his left. Throwing to his left. It is too far for Evans out of bounds. It'll be 4th and 3, and we'll see what Stout elects to do. If Clay Birmingham will try what would be a 41-yard field goal. Don't think they're going to try that, though.
No, they need this. They need the 7 points. They've got to go for the touchdown. Well, in their case, just get the first down. But
it took some time to decide here. There's 15 seconds on the play clock as they line up. They have JoJo James as the running back, who's also their kick returner. 8 on the play clock. Now they'll motion him to the slot. 3 receivers to the left for Moen. They need 3 yards. Rolling out. There's a quarterback spy the play. They will get it to Evans, who bobbled for a second but hauls it in. He is going to catch it to the 15. First down, Stout.
Great catch by Evans.
With how slippery it is out there, he gets it up. He bobbled it for a second, then pulled it in. First down, Stout. Now Moen rushing to the left, and he's going to lose a yard maybe.
Yeah.
They're going to spot him back at the 15, but it was close.
Yeah, that was close. Definitely a no-gain play, but again, good job by the Pioneers up front. Moen's dangerous in these situations.
So no gain as a result of all of that. It'll be 2nd down and 10. The official's explaining something, but I'm not sure what it was. Might have been a tackle eligible report is what that might have been. 2nd and 10 from the 15. They will keep it with Moen. He'll throw it out of the backfield, incomplete, trying to throw to his tight end, Mason Frank, who had a good tackle on special teams earlier in the game. It'll be 3rd down and 10 for Stout at the 15.
I love the name of his hometown, Good Thunder, Minnesota.
You're getting up north when you get names like that.
You know what?
Northern and northwestern Minnesota, and even southwestern and southern Minnesota have some good town names. Third and 10, Stout at the 15 of Platteville. In the red zone is Moen and the Blue Devils offense. Moen back to throw. Has time. Steps up. Throws across the middle. Incomplete. Into double coverage. Couldn't get it into Carter. And it'll be 4th and 10. And I think Stout is going to go for it again here.
Oh, again, like we say, it's the same situation. It's just you're getting wound down here to the end of the 3rd quarter, and you're down by two scores. You need 7.
So instead of what it would be a 32-yard field goal, Stout's going to go for it on 4th and 10 from the 15. They turn it over here. The Pioneers take it over if they can't pick up the first. Moen back to throw against the blitz. Hurried on his throw, and the fade route is incomplete. There's a flag in the corner. And this is going to be, well, let's see, though. Who is the penalty on? The official's pointing at Platteville. Pioneers are not happy about it.
No, because what happened, if you can see it on a replay, you end up and you have the defender
well, we're going to hear the
there.
call right now.
Pass interference, defense, number 4. The foul occurred in the end zone by rule. The ball be placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
Ball's up to 2. Let's see a replay perhaps here in a second to see.
Yeah, I disagree with this call because
they're going to go for it here in just a second. And that's where they got him right there on the contact. And good job by Evans selling the contact. Moen has everybody packed in from the 2. Moen will take it, charges straight ahead off the right side, and he's short. It'll be second and goal from inside the 1.
My argument has always been, as a defensive player, you have a right to be on the field, and if you have a receiver that's running over you, he's the one that's at fault.
Evans did a great job of selling it.
Yes,
he fell
he
backwards.
did.
He did a really good job.
Well,
here's the tush push for Stout. From inside the 1, that's a big old mass of humanity. No indication. Now the near side official says touchdown. And we've got the confirmation. Touchdown, Blue Devils. As they get their first touchdown of the game on a Moen dive from inside the 1. And it is a one-possession game with 2:58 to go in the third quarter.
So we'll see what we get right here.
Moen with the touchdown, and now Jackman on to kick the point after. Preview to hold. High snap, kick is away, and it is good. And with 2:58 to go in the third quarter, it is Platteville 17 and Stout 10.
One of the things we had talked about just a little bit ago were the other scores around the WIAC. And Oshkosh is up on Stevens Point now here as a final, 41-15. It's also final, Whitewater 51, Eau Claire 10. And a final, River Falls 41 and La Crosse 7.
The margins the last 2 weeks for River Falls have been really impressive. And when I talked to Coach Walker this morning, he talked about how they'll celebrate this they say you get your 5 minutes to celebrate this thing, right? You feel good about it today. They clinch a share of the conference title for the first time since '98. But now they'll play Stout next week for a chance at an outright title because they have to win that game to clinch it outright.
And I'll tell you what, Stout is going to be there saying, just wait a minute here.
They're ready to play spoiler. Those two schools aren't separated by much. There's only about 20, 25 miles of hills and farmland that separate the two universities in west central Wisconsin. I've made that drive a lot of times in my life. Between Raymer Field and Don and Nona Williams Stadium, campuses of Stout, River Falls. River Falls will play for an outright conference title next week at Stout. Right here, the kickoff is going to scoot into the end zone. Boy, that almost didn't get there.
But a good decision letting it get to the end zone.
If it had it, though, it would have been a live ball at about the 1.
I know it. That would have been real scary.
So for River Falls, with all the other scores in, River Falls has clinched a share. That means the winner of this game will be a game back in the standings, as is La Crosse, and that'll be the tie for second at the moment. Platteville is at Eau Claire next week. Stout and River Falls next week. If Stout were to upset River Falls, that could create the chaos scenario in the conference where you could have a tri-champ or even a quad champ in the conference.
Yeah, this conference is crazy.
But at the moment, River Falls in the driver's seat with a convincing win over La Crosse today. They beat Whitewater for the first time in almost 25 years yesterday. We'll swing a pass to the right. Will the Pioneers on first down and then upended over there. The receiver picked up a few. It'll be second down and 6. When you think about River Falls football, I mean, I grew up with them when they were the Wishbone, and we went to the Wishbone camps in high school, right? The old Pottinger Wishbone camps, way back in the day, right? Now they have a much different style. It's the opposite of the Wishbone. It's
almost total.
Yeah, they run about 100 plays a game, and they run a rapid pace. You talk about tempo, not many teams in the nation are matching the River Falls tempo. Caleb Blaha, the outstanding quarterback, probably a shoo-in for player of the year in the conference. Back to throw it, Uselding. Wide open on the near side. Ball hung up there forever. And finally the Pioneers, they'll haul it in near midfield.
And that's a great catch going up in the air.
And he's slow to get up. Sicey's going to come out, get a break here. He's doing a lot of work.
Oh, you think? Everybody thinks, well.
I'm exhausted just watching him.
I mean, everybody and his brother is keying on him. He's just sitting back.
7 catches, 77 yards. So they're checking on him because he got banged up on the previous play. It'll be 1st and 10 Pioneers at their own 49. They're going to give to Bothan, who Gets around the left end, gets pushed out of bounds, up around or down around the 45. 2nd and 4 coming up.
You could just almost see his decision-making while he's running. As he's coming, he wanted to go take that cut inside, but then he realized he couldn't, and then bounces it back to the outside for an additional couple yards.
So Sicey getting checked out on the sideline right now. It doesn't appear to be serious, but he is getting looked at, his hand being looked at on the near side. It'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Pioneers. Got a fullback in this formation. Always appreciate get the big guys back there. That's Parker Douglas. And he'll lead the way for Bothan, who gets spun down after a short gain. Who else from the bottom of that pile for Stout? It just seems like they've had the same couple of guys in on every stop today. And you talk about guys like Schneider, who is in there. Schneider got the first wrap on him. And then obviously the other one, Seidel, who has 11 tackles today.
Yeah, you start wondering, is there a spot on the field where he is not?
You love the sideline-to-sideline linebackers. Platteville has certainly enjoyed having great linebackers over the past few years. Those guys are hard to find. Seidel, I think, would be an easy choice for first team all-conference. Here's a big game by Bothan. Stiff arm to man, stays on his feet to the 25, and a big burst for Bothan. He'll pick up 26 and a Pioneer first down.
Some great blocking up front again, but again, it's the vision that Botham has to see where he needs to be, making the right cut.
22 officially on the run. It'll be 1st and 10, Platteville. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle made there by Brewer. End of the 3rd quarter. Platteville driving up 17-10. We'll have the 4th quarter next right here on Pioneer Sports, part of the WIAC network.
Why a lot of students choose to come here is being able to get a really good education, hands-on experience, and really get to use a lot of the important lab equipment.
To be able to be familiar with a lot of these machines, it gives me a skill set that a lot of people don't have.
You get hands-on learning with your professors and in the labs. There are bigger schools that you may be getting taught by a teaching assistant. For Platteville, that's not the case. If you put the effort in, you're going to get good results at UW-Platteville.
Pioneer fans, are you looking to add some orange and blue to your wardrobe? Go no further than the UW-Platteville Athletics merchandise store. Find name brands including Nike, customized design to your favorite team, and have it shipped directly to your home. The Sideline store is currently featuring sweatshirts, winter hats, and zip-ups to show your support of the Pioneers this winter season. Visit letsgopioneers.com and select shop from the main menu.
Stout will start 1st and 10 of the 24 of Stout, moving left to right here in the beginning of the 4th quarter. 17-10, the Pioneers with the lead. They'll give on the handoff and a couple of yards here, as Bothan will get it for a couple of yards, and it'll be 2nd down and 4.
Gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
Pioneers driving here now in the red zone, looking to go back up by 2 scores. And for them, a field goal does make sense. It would make it a 2-possession game. However, it is only 2nd down and 6. Empty backfield here for Eselding. Swings the pass to Knoll off the near side. They've tried this play a few times. And Knoll will stay on his feet, spins out of bounds. And they'll get a couple. 3-yard pickup. It'll be 3rd and 3 coming up.
I'm taking a look here, trying to see if I can find, and I'm not getting a good deal of the top 25 teams in the country and where they're ranking. And I see that other than John Hopkins, and they won big.
Yeah, they're number 3 in the country right now, behind Mount Union and North Central. In the WIAC, River Falls is the first team to clinch a part of the WIAC title. They blew out La Crosse today. So now the Pioneers, if they hold on the win here, would be in a logjam at 2nd place going into the final week of the year. Eselding throws it away. Moving to his right, it'll be 3rd down. Actually, this will be 4th down here.
There's a flag.
There is a flag on the near side. are on the far side. Flag's on the far side. Officials are on the near side.
Holding on the defense, it looks like it's a preliminary signal.
That's way away from the play. That's the official on the other side of the field throwing that flag. So it would have to be defensive holding.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense, number 6, half the distance to the goal in the previous spot, automatic, first down.
They're going to move this down to about the 8 or 9 yard line, right in between them, and it'll be first and goal Pioneers.
Just inside the 9-yard line.
Well, the two Chicagoland area teams did well today. North Central over Elmhurst, 58-0. Wheaton over Milliken, 61-14.
Those two teams are playoff teams. Wheaton is at the bottom end of the NPI for at-large spots, but Wheaton is a playoff team. First and goal on the handoff to the left. Pushing forward is both in. He'll get it closer. It'll be down to the 3, second and goal.
And then, of course, comes St. John's. They only scored 70 points this week.
Only, and they trail Bethel in the MIAC.
And they were against St. Scholastica.
Yeah, I can already guess how that went. There's an injury for Stout after the play. 13-14 fourth quarter. Platteville 17, Stout 10. As we, again, remind you of the other scores of the conference. They all went final. This was the late game today. And the other scores, the other big winners, blowout winners today, were Whitewater, Oshkosh, and River Falls over La Crosse. There is an injury down on the field. What we're going to do... We'll step away for a second. 13:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Platteville 17, Stout 10. You're watching Pioneer Sports on the WIAC Network.
Why a lot of students choose to come here is being able to get a really good education, hands-on experience, and really get to use a lot of the important lab equipment.
To be able to be familiar with a lot of these machines, it gives me a skill set that a lot of people don't have.
You get hands-on learning with your professors and in the labs. There are bigger schools that you may be getting taught by a teaching assistant. For Platteville, that's not the case. If you put the effort in, you're going to get good results at UW-Platteville.
Injured player being helped off the field is Seidel, who's racked up so far today 11 tackles in the contest. He'll be helped over to the side. He has to miss at least one play. With Platteville driving to the 3-yard line, facing second and goal here early in the fourth quarter.
Second goal, Pioneers.
So the Pioneers will have Bothan in the backfield, who has one rushing touchdown already today. Selding will motion Bothan out. They'll throw the pass to him, and it's incomplete. Third down and goal from the 3. Unable to hang on, and we've seen that happen a lot. The swing passes, some of those passes to the side, and I think the weather affects it a little bit more than you expect, because you've got a wet football, wet turf to deal with.
Yep.
Not the best of playing conditions for that. The field's in great shape, but just the fact the ball might be a little wet makes it a little trickier. And now third and goal from the 3.
And they do what they can to keep the ball dry, but
this is a huge play here. Difference between 7 points and 3 points, perhaps. They are going to throw the ball into the end zone. A sliding grab made. Touchdown, Pioneers! When in doubt, toss it to Tosterud. Brady Tosterud swings the axe, and the Pioneers go up by 13 with 13 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Great to see the tight ends get in on the touchdown category. We don't get to see them catch the ball enough.
Tosterud with his second touchdown grab of the year, and this one in a big spot to give Platteville a 2-possession lead in the fourth quarter. Mobley to try to tack on the point after, and it is up. Plenty of leg, and this is right down the middle and good. With 13:01 to go in the fourth quarter, it is Platteville 24 and Stout 10. That Pioneer touchdown is sponsored by Nick's Public House Community Fund.
Discover excellence at the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. Our renowned engineering and STEM programs offer a cutting-edge environment with over 60 majors to choose from. Plus, with exciting clubs and organizations, there's always fun happening on campus. Discover why UW-Platteville is a smart investment. Apply now. It's one of the things that my daughter did, and she is a UW-Platteville graduate and was happy to have been here.
Beautiful campus in the rolling hills on the edge of the Driftless region.
Of course, she gets smiles from the communications people, as she was a communications graduate.
It's a strong degree, right?
Hey.
I was a comm degree guy myself, so different university, but
well, the joke is that she was the typical of those who come in with the idea of majoring in music. They end up in communications.
that's what I did. I learned very quickly that playing saxophone my whole life, there's only one Kenny G, right? So never going to be that famous. Here's the kick. And it'll be taken by James to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, up to the 31. A flag flies in late. And that is going to be blocking the back territory for Stout. And there is a Pioneer down after the play. So this will move it back after a decent return. There was a penalty. I would think this is on Stout. Also, in that from that direction of the flag could have been a face mask, but we'll see.
During the return, holding return team number 28, 10-yard penalty in the spot of the foul. First down, timeout for an injured player.
So an injury for Platteville on the field at around the 23-yard line as they tend to him, and out of that, the Pioneers will have the football, or excuse me, the Blue Devils will have the football at their own 17-yard line, down 2 scores with 12:55 to play. But here's the thing, and we saw this the last couple of years. Stout's not a team you could ever count out. They have shown an ability the last few years to rally from almost impossible odds to steal some. We were there for the triple overtime game a few years ago. What a comeback that was. Last year they had a massive comeback a couple times late in the year that got them into the Isthmus Bowl.
Well, they're always scary.
Yeah, you do not count this team out. They have a deep bag of tricks to go to on offense. Here's Mullen on first down. He's going to pull it on the read option here, and he'll pick up 3 to the 20-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 7.
It's a pretty good job defending that play by the Pioneers, being able to follow where the quarterback was going with the football, and guys over there and be able to make the play, and Krantz being the first one to make contact.
Yeah, Krantz gets another tackle. He's up to 8 in the game, team high. Francis has 7 tackles from the cornerback spot. Those are 2 guys for the Pioneers defense I would expect to be all conference, by the way.
Yeah.
Pioneers showing blitz. He'll give it straight up the middle, and this play going not very far. The forward progress might have gotten him up to the 21, but maybe it's going to be a short gain. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Yard on the play. Ball at the 21-yard line.
But ends up being a 3rd and long. And it's
yeah,
not a situation they want to be in.
3rd and 6. They catch up to him and eventually pull him back, but not before he got the yard on forward progress. And now 3rd and 6 coming up here for the Pioneers. The band is doing jumping jacks to stay warm in the crowd near side. I might have to start doing it too. It's kind of chilly up here. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Moen back to throw out of the backfield. It is caught and up the near sideline. High tackles made. Broke 1 tackle. Ball came out. Pioneer sideline thinks they have it. They're going to say no. It stays with Stout.
Yep, they're calling 4th down.
Had a high tackle there on Williams. And with the sideline in the way, it's going to be hard to see here. He did go down. Ball rolled out there. And
with the ball going out of bounds, 4th down.
The ball went out of bounds is what happened, as it was just explained there.
Again, good job by the officials, but they're right there on the spot.
And Stout will have to punt it away. And here's the thing. If it was a little further up in the field, you'd be thinking fake. But on their own 24, I don't know.
Hey, it's Stout. Don't count them out.
They go with the shield punt here. That's the thing. They're not even sending a gunner. Very high snap. Quick kick is up. Short punt. And this will hit on the turf, and Burnett has to let it roll. And it'll take a Stout roll to the 33 where it is down. They went with shield punt there. The Pioneers sent the rush. It was a heavy rush. They got the punt away just in time. And now the Pioneers will have the ball in their own 33. Keys on this drive, one, if you can score, great. Even a field goal here makes it a 3-possession game. But two, you got to take some time off the clock on this drive.
That's right. Well, whether you're looking to advance your career or explore a new field, an online master's degree with the University of Wisconsin-Platteville puts you on the path for personal and professional success. And we'll go to that again after we get through the play.
1st and 10, Pioneers on their own 33. They'll hand it off right up the middle. Got a few yards. Burnett gets it to the 35. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, really? They're marking it back right at the 35-yard line.
That's where his knee went down.
I guess that's where his knee went down. Good call.
Yep, his knee had gone down there. He just got moved forward by the pile a bit.
Why do I even question anything these officials do? I'm wrong and I do it.
They're doing a good job.
I know it.
I mean, really, this game, they've done a really good job. 2nd and 8 off the 35. Most of the officials in the conference do an amazing job, by the way. They're going to give Burnett off the left side, and he's going to be ridden down on the tackle as they got all kinds of help going out to the wide side of the field. Linebackers out in space, able to make the stop. It'll be 3rd and 8. First one in on the hit for the Blue Devils is Cale Lamb, a junior out of Elgin, Minnesota.
Elgin Millville High School, just outside of Rochester.
I've spent a lot of time in Rochester in my life. It's a really cool city. Really cool city. Yeah. 3 receivers right for Uselding. Looks to throw. Plenty of time. Sets it up. It's going to be up. Intercepted. Picked off. Almost like he was running the route. Gabe Kramer, a senior from Ironton, Minnesota, is going to grab it at midfield. And it'll be Stout football. Down 2 scores with 9:16 to go in the 4th quarter, and now the Blue Devils have new life. This is a team that is known to make a rally, and they have a golden opportunity here with the ball spotted at their own 49-yard line.
Crosby Ironton, he's a Ranger. One of those guys from up in the Iron Range area.
Well, here's a spot of the football I don't actually agree with. We saw the replay. He was on the other 49 where he went down. They're going to move him. They're actually going to lose a couple of yards on the spot here. Not that it makes a big difference. And we also have the benefit of replay, which they don't down there. Moen to throw against the blitz. Hit as he throws, looking left, and it's up, and is he out of bounds? Yes, he was out of bounds, incomplete. Looking for Evans, who made a good adjustment on the ball, but was too close to the boundary, and it'll be 2nd down coverage there made by Gavins.
Actually, pretty good coverage back out there as well.
Yeah, he was well out of bounds. Ball actually wasn't even caught.
Ball at the 49-yard line.
So it'll stay on the 49, 2nd and 10 for Stout. They've had 30 pass plays, 25 rush plays so far. Platteville has run 27 times and passed 24 times.
That's balanced.
Sky-high completion percentage, 16 of 24 for Uselding. Moen swings it out. This would be a pass play. It is caught, and they're going to get good yardage out of it to make it 3rd and short on the catch by Hughes.
And Hughes is a good back from the big city of Fremont.
The 44-yard line. It's
3rd and 3 from the Platteville 44. They have 2 plays to get 3 yards here. In my estimation, I'm not calling the shots for Stout, but
well, they'll go for it if they don't get it.
It's 4th down. It's 4th down territory, and even if they put out the punter, they're going to fake it. Here's Moen with an empty backfield. He'll run it straight forward. Meets a wall of orange, and he's going to be short of a first. It's going to be 4th and 1. And I would imagine we're going to see that packed-in formation here at the 42. A 4th and 1 for Stout.
They've struggled with their tush push to get a full yard.
But they did get the touchdown. They did get a first down. They got 3 yards on the one. So we'll see what they call here. They're standing as though they're going to go in their spread look. On 4th and 1 from the 42. And I tell you what, if the Pioneers don't like the formation, they do have all of their timeouts here. They do go in tush-push mode, and the Pioneers adjust. On 4th and 1, Mullen pushes off the left. He's got it easily down to the 40, and it'll be first down, Stout.
This time he took the dive to the left side.
Got to keep him guessing. We are halfway through the 4th quarter. Platteville leading by 14. Mullen has thrown for 143 yards in the contest, but the running yards starting to add up as well for Mullen, who has 70 rushing yards and a touchdown. He is their leading rusher. Back to throw. Mullen steps up with good protection across the middle, and it is snagged there, shy of the 30.
And that's Carter again.
Sophomore playing in very Texas-like weather here today. A little bit of rain with a chance of snow, right?
Well, if it's a chance of snow in Texas, they're closing everything.
Yeah, it would have to be West Texas, you got to get up by the Panhandle, I think, for where snow is a little more common. Not as common, but yeah, if you get pretty much anywhere in Texas that there's snow, school's canceled for a week. 2nd and 2 at the 32. San Antonio is one of my favorite cities, for the record. Here's the throw off the near side, caught, and it'll be taken out of bounds near the 20, shy of it, about the 21, as it'll be caught by Charlie Kleiss, the tight end out of Medford. It'll be first down, Stout. San Antonio with the Riverwalk, with everything, it's a really cool place.
Oh, I've enjoyed a couple of times I've been down around San Antonio, but hey, I'm still an Upper Midwest guy. Give me the Mississippi River.
I'm a Northwoods guy, so find me a lake and a fish fry, and I'm pretty much set for life. 1st and 10 off the 21. Stout needing 2 scores to get back in this one. Mullen, the throw. Lots of time. Throwing left, has a man in the corner, and it's going to hit the back of the defender. No flag on the play. Now there's a flag.
And that's going to be some boos coming from the crowd.
That was a bit of a delayed response there, but now we do get the flag. It hit the back of the defender on the near side, and if it is a flag, it would very likely be against the Pioneers here. Here we go.
Pass interference. Defense, number 4. It's a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Ball is going to move from the 21 to the 6, 1st and goal, Stout. After the pass interference, and if we saw the replay, I don't know about that one.
I don't either.
That was that's a tough one.
Well, there was something.
It looks like good defense. But.
I think that's a back case. The back judge saw something that wasn't there.
So 1st and goal from the 6 for Stout, as they will run the ball with Moa. Takes it around the right side, stretches for the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Devils. And Stout makes it a 1-possession game with 5:36 to go in the 4th quarter. The interception comes back to get him here, Wally. And, well, now Stout has new life in this contest.
Yeah. That's something that could have been different had that penalty not been called.
That pass interference call, I didn't see the replay on the pass interference call, but it looked like pretty solid defense there. Maybe I might get a chance to see it here after the point after, but that's the play of the drive, was the pass interference. The interception set up the drive.
That's right.
Point after is up, and it is good. And with that, it's a 7-point game. Platteville 24, Stout 17, with 5:36 to go in the 4th quarter.
Let's get back to this line I was reading earlier. Whether you're looking to advance your career or explore a new field, an online master's degree with the University of Wisconsin-Platteville puts you on the path for personal and professional success. It's time to boost your earning potential with an online master's degree in engineering, criminal justice, or business. Learn more and apply today. UW-Platteville, a smart investment. There, you could go back and get your engineering degree.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not, not smart enough for that. An 8-play, 51-yard drive for the score for Stout after the interception by Gabe Kramer. Now we'll see if they drop an onside kick. I don't know that they would need to here. They still have all 3 timeouts in the 2-minute break.
Well, I don't know.
It's a 1-score game.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But the pass interference call in the end zone is what set him up for the touchdown following the interception. That's a tough one, but Pioneers now have to overcome as they try to run out a 7-point lead. Burnett is going to let this ball fall. Now he'll pick it up at the 4. And he's going to be stopped at the 20 in a pile just ahead of the 20 as the pile moves forward to the 21.
Trevor Burnett, the ball carrier.
He was thinking that ball might just bounce into the end zone.
Well,
Nope.
it's so wet from the rain, it's not going to bounce.
I know
as
it.
far.
It's not the same as normal.
Still raining. The transition to snow is happening just north of here. So it's probably going to happen here at some point. Right now it's rain.
Well, the good fortune for any of us that are driving is the forecast is that the ground is warm enough that it won't stick. And if it does, it won't be here long.
First down, Platteville, after turning it over on the interception on the last drive. They'll hand it around the left side here, trying to stretch the play. Not a lot doing there. The stop made inbounds. It'll be second down.
Gain of a couple of yards is about all.
Yeah, the transition to snow is happening actually, like literally, it might be snowing on the other end of the city right now. The blue line is now squarely over Platteville, so we could see that transition happening here by the end of the game. And actually, it looks like it might be starting a little bit.
Well, my window's a little dirty here, so I see more dirt than I see snow. Or spots, excuse me.
The precipitation is light, kind of floating in the lights right now. We'll see if it does transition to snow by the end of the contest. 4:44 to go in the fourth quarter. Handoff off the right side. Stout's there to meet it. Defense coming up with a couple of big stops on the run. The clock continues to move with 4.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Platteville leading 24-17.
Platteville really needs to get a first down here. They really need that. Mainly because of the time and everything.
And Stout is sold out on the run here as of late. And they're doing this without Seidel, who left with an injury earlier. They've been doing this with their reserve linebacker. Seidel had 11 tackles before leaving with an injury.
They're doing what they can to keep the ball dry. They were making a change, and then when they threw the ball out, it hit the ground, so they had to go find a third one that's dry.
You can see the precipitation and the lights a bit from where we see it, that it is still coming down pretty good. It's starting to mix a little bit. Still more rain than snow. Third down for Platteville as they'll go to the air. Selding with good protection, gonna whip it deep down the middle to Gavrick. It's up for grabs and knocked away incomplete. Gavrick, the intended target. Tate there in defense, fired up after that pass is incomplete. The clock stops at 3:56 and Yonkers on to punt it away. Stout will have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute break. Down 7 with just under 4 minutes to go in regulation.
Yeah, they really wanted that first down just to keep the ball, and that would take you all the way down at least to the 2-minute break.
So instead, the punt with James back to return. Yonker gets the high snap, just gets down on it. It's a short, wobbly punt near side, no return. It'll take a Platteville roll out of bounds, but Stout's going to have great field position after the short, wobbly kick around the 40-yard line at the 41, 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. 59 yards away from potentially tying or even taking the lead with 3:48 to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that short punt right there was not what you needed, but not going to fault the punter on that. That was a snap problem.
We've had in this game a lot of high snaps on just about every placement or punt on special teams. You can definitely see the transition to precipitation starting to happen now. You won't see any real accumulation on the field, but going to see it in the sky first. Moen back to throw. Has time. Steps up. Hit by one. Hit by two. Hit by three. And sacked. Pioneers are going to get him for a loss, and that will be Logan Drone in on the hit.
It's a great job by Drone to stay with it and keep pushing through it.
Salmons with some credit for slowing him down, but Drone finishes it off, and Logan Drone with the sack for a loss of 6. Third sack of the year for Drone. 2nd and 16 on their own 35. Stout has 3:08 and counting in the fourth, all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute break. Moen will hand it off left. Running back Hughes stays on his feet, breaks a tackle across the 45 up to the 47. A huge gain there to make it 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 4.
Yeah, that is just what the Pioneers did not need, but exactly what Stout had to have. They needed that good gain to put themselves in a situation to get that first down.
3rd down and 4, Stout near midfield. At their own 47, 2.5 to go in the fourth quarter. 1 possession game as Moen goes empty with 3 receivers to the left. Flushed out, rolls to the near side, looking to throw, sends a dart near side and incomplete. It'll be 4th down at the 47 for Stout. 2:19 to go in the fourth quarter, and decision time for Clayton Birmingham.
I don't think there's any decision here at all.
Well, if you've got 4 ways to stop the clock with the 2-minute break, it is something to think about here near midfield. But it looks like Stout is going to go for it here at their own 47, 16 on the play clock. Blue Devils now get to the line at 10 seconds to go on the play clock. 2 receivers either way. They motion a man across to the left. Platteville sending the house on 4th and short. They send a pass wide open on the far side. First down Evans, first down Stout into Pioneer territory down to the 46. This might tick down to the 2-minute break.
And that's Evans that ended up and was able to be open over there on that play.
So we have reached the 2-minute break. Stout driving down 1 score to the 46 of Platteville with 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Platteville 24, Stout 17, and we said it when it was a 2-score game. Stout is a team that can never, ever be counted out.
No.
They are known for making the comeback.
Hey, a shout out to some of the partners of the Pioneers. The UW-Platteville Athletics is proud to partner with the Platteville area, located in Platteville on Business 151 is the Platteville A&W. Grab some fresh cheese curds or a Papa Burger with a nice cold mug of root beer on your way out of town after the game. Southwest Health, the Pioneers' preferred orthopedic provider of choice, creating a healthier Southwest Wisconsin. And Tricor Insurance, insurance built for you.
2-minute break has Stout with the football, 1st and 10 at the 46 going in. The Blue Devils 133 rushing yards, 162 through the air. So already just shy of 300 combined yards. Platteville has gained 289 of their own. So you talk about this game being even. It's even just about in every statistical category. But Stout with the football and attempting to tie or take the lead on this possession. Looking for the postseason if they can get a win and a chance at a share of a conference title next week as they host River Falls. Back is Moen to throw. Looking, hit as he throws. Deep down the middle. Evans is there, open. He's got the catch down to the 5. 1st and goal, Stout. What a play.
A great catch, a great throw, especially with the pressure that was put on Moen, and he was able to lay that ball up right where he needed to.
Devontae Evans, junior out of Chicago, with a 36-yard grab down to the 5. First and goal, Stout at the 5. 93 seconds and counting in the fourth quarter. Moen turns, hands, keeps it, and he'll be turned around maybe a yard. I think he just got back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal from just inside the 5. 75 seconds and counting, with Platteville leading by 7. Stout with all 3 timeouts remaining.
He moved the ball from one side of the 5-yard line to the other. So it's not a big
Technically,
game.
he gained the 5, which is a yard. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 4.5. We got a stoppage down on the field. I don't know what the stoppage is for.
And we've got 3 of the officials talking together right at the middle of the field.
We're going to get an explanation here, I think, in a second. Well, I'm not sure what's happening here.
Nor do I. I'm not either.
It's a clock issue. Nobody took a timeout. I think it's just a clock issue. Here we go.
They just moved the clock.
The game was stopped due to an injury by the defense. This caused the game clock to stop and offers the offense a 10-second subtraction. If they declined this, the game clock will start on the snap. Clock operator, please reset the game clock to 1 minute, 2 seconds, 1:02. Thank you.
They'll add 10 seconds to the clock. So instead of taking a 10-second runoff for a defensive injury, it'll be 2nd and goal from the 4.5 with 62 seconds to go. Clock will start as soon as the ball is snapped. Moen, empty backfield, looks to throw on the slant, and it is nearly picked off. Did he get it? No.
No. That was one of those that, can I please have that back?
That would have ended the game. It'll be a pass breakup instead. 3rd and goal from the 5. 2 plays to get into the end zone for Stout. 59 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, those are the kind that if you're the player that happened to, you're saying, oh, no, I did it. It's my fault. I should have.
3rd and goal from the 5. 59 seconds to go in regulation. And now we have a timeout taken by Stout. They have 3. Now they have 2.
First of the half.
And they'll have 2 remaining with 59 seconds to go here. Well, with goal to go from the 5, the whole playbook is open to you with 2 plays to get in. They have shown a couple of trick plays in the game. They have shown the quarterback can certainly run the football. But a lot open to them here as the precipitation begins changing over from rain to snow.
It is, and there is no doubt that it is snowing.
So, as the precipitation has officially transitioned, as we expected by the end of the game, snow coming down, not expected to accumulate on the field. You're not going to get the snow globe imagery. You're not going to. It's not going to be, we're at the shovel off the lines or anything. What it does, though, psychologically makes you feel cold.
Weather does funny things to a football game.
Yes, indeed. It changes the grip. We've seen a lot of drop passes today as a result. 3rd and goal from inside the 5 for Stout. 59 seconds to go in the 4th. It's a 1-score game. Moen sends the tight ends to the right. Empty backfield with everybody lined up to the left. Moen on 3rd and goal from inside the 5, and we have whistles.
Timeout, Platteville.
Platteville took a timeout right before the snap, and they'll have 2 remaining.
Timeout. Platteville. First of the half.
They didn't like what they saw on that play call with the 2 tight ends on the right and the 3 receivers on the left. I think the defense was late in adjusting to it, which is what got them to take the timeout. Can't take them with you to Eau Claire, so you might as well use them now.
Well, if there's 2 tight ends off on the same side and the quarterback's the only one in the backfield, I suspect one thing. Quarterback running the ball.
So it'll be still 3rd and goal from just inside the 5. Very entertaining game here in Platteville today, the final scheduled home game of the 2025 season. Platteville hangs on here, gets a win next week. There's a chance they'd be hosting a playoff game, but they won the conference last year and still had to go on the road, so who knows.
Well, when you mentioned a game next week, it is the regular season final game to be at the UW-Eau Claire. It's scheduled to be a 1 o'clock game against the Blue Goals.
Meanwhile, Stout will play River Falls next week. If Stout can get the win here, they would play for a share of the conference title next week. Here, though, they're in the snow globe with 59 seconds to go in the fourth. 24-17. Platteville with the lead. Stout with the ball. 3rd and goal from inside the 5. Moen, the quarterback, standing at his 10. Gets the snap. Looking to run off the left side. He's going to be stopped well short at the 3. 4th and goal coming up here for the Blue Devils.
Well, that's exactly what I would expect. You know, when you've got an H-back over on this side plus the tight end over there, and the quarterback's the only one there, he's going to probably carry the football. It's just a matter of making sure you're at the point of attack if you're on defense, and Krantz was there.
So timeout for Platteville. 51 seconds on the clock. So 4th and goal here. What Platteville is doing is giving themselves a chance. If Stout were to score, and if Stout went for 2 and got it, gives them some time on the other side to get down the field.
The only thing that ever scares me about calling timeouts on defense is you're giving the offense an opportunity to think about what it is they're going to do. And
Blue Devils had 2 timeouts of their own to use, so they could have done that anyway. It's 4th and goal. If they don't get the touchdown, then they got to use them on defense to try to stop the clock. But at that point, you can run it out.
Yeah, that's right. There is that.
4th and goal from the 4, maybe the 3. It's essentially a 2-point conversion from here. Ball's at the 3. 4th and goal here for Stout. Here's the ball game right here, Wally. 51 seconds to go in the 4th. Goal to go from the 3. 3 receivers right, tight end on the left side of the formation. Moen standing at the 8. Gets the snap, rolls to the right, looking, throws to the right, it's up, knocked away, a flag thrown on the play in the end zone, and it's going to give Stout a fresh set of downs.
Long pass is incomplete, penalty flag on the play.
All of a sudden, the people that are making the most effect on the team are wearing stripes.
More defensive secondary penalties on the Pioneers.
Pass interference, defense, number 10.
So another penalty on Francis on defense, his 3rd of the game.
Ball be placed
First
at the
and
2-yard
goal
line.
at the 2.
Automatic first down.
Well, the timeout situation is Stout has 2 of them. Platteville has 1. Stout can run any play it wants to here.
Pioneer Nation, make some noise!
So there's no doubt in my mind who I expect to see carry the ball, and it isn't going to be a pass.
They got to call a timeout. They don't have the right personnel out there. Now the clock running. They get the running back out there to bring the play in. This is their tush-push formation here from the 2. Moen has the running backs behind him. Goal to go from the 2. Moen pushes forward, and a big pile into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Devils. And now it is a 1-point game with 42 seconds left in regulation.
And you know what they're going to do? They're going for 2, and it's going to be a tush push. They don't want to tie the game.
We'll see what they decide to do. The offense is out there. I don't see a kicker or a holder. They're going for the win. On the road here at Platteville.
And that's the general rule. On the road, you go for the win. If you're at home, you tie.
Going to go out of the spread for the win on the 2-point conversion. Moen puts the running back forward. Now rolls Hughes out. Moen to throw into the end zone. It is going to be, did he catch it? No, he did not catch it. It is incomplete. And the 2-point conversion is no good. Swing the axe, Pioneers defense. A stop on the 2-point conversion. And Platteville leading 24-23.
And you have a Stout Blue Devil down on the field. Wow.
Now, special teams recover the onside kick with 42 seconds to go in regulation.
Well,
defense fired up.
Hey, wait a minute. You're the special teams coach. Which onside kick do you use?
The way that the Pioneers have been aligning has been an even, but you have to see if it's even, you go up the middle. If it's odd, you pick one of the sides. Would be my philosophy. If it's even, there's a gap in the middle. Get right through the middle on an onside kick to recover it. If you're Platteville, you have multiple people watching the ball up front. I would say you might even have just one guy deep, just to cover on like a kind of a push kick or pop-up kick.
The others I've seen this year in a high school game was they would kick it to the left, and your job was to try to take out the guy who the ball's going to, and you make sure you get blockers on him, knock him away from the ball, and then you get your team on it.
We're going to see the two-point conversion try here again. Ball was up, and they said that was incomplete, and the defender on the play in that one was Ethan Bodie, but that was real close here. As you see, he goes up, but it looks like the official's right on the spot, so the ball had to have hit the turf. It was turned away from our camera, but the official was right there.
And that was Evans down on the field.
So they're taking him off here. That's one less player for their hands team, by the way, because he's their top receiver. I would assume he would be out on an onside kick.
I would assume that as well.
With only 2 timeouts, they can't. All the Pioneers would have to do is kneel it down at this point. With 42 seconds, even with the 2 timeouts. Because on the third kneel down, it'd be under 40 seconds. So we're going to see an onside kick right here by Stout. We're going to see, it looks like just Burnett deep. They're going to have 10 up in the front. So what they'll do is they'll stagger them. They'll have some guys that are up on that front line, that 10-yard difference there, and a few guys a little further back on the side, depending on where they expect the ball to go. And you see they leave the middle open a little bit here.
At the moment,
because a lot of onside kicks are going to be hops to the sidelines to try to elevate. And out of this bunch formation, you might see them try to surprise and run with numbers right down the middle, but instead they will break it. And with the kicker not back 5 yards, anybody could kick it here. You see 19 and 27 set to kick here. So 19 might cross kick it to the near side. And instead, it'll be 27 kicking. The ball takes a roll, and it is loose. Who's got the ball? Who's got it? They try to unpile it. It was loose. Stout says they have it, and they do. Stout recovers the onside kick at the 45-yard line. The Blue Devils have 2 timeouts, and all they have to do is get into field goal range and try to pick up a road win here.
Interesting. Officials are out circling, having a discussion.
The officials might be talking about the placement of the ball. They could be talking about time on the clock. Could be talking about anything. They indicated Stout football. That was the call that we got from the field. All of the officials are talking right now. Almost all of the officials are talking. We're going to get an explanation here. Here we go.
The ruling on the field is the ball was recovered by the kicking team. First down, Stout.
They're marking the ball at the Stout 44.
So the ball went the 10 yards. Right there, it went the 10 yards. See, it's 10 yards right there, and then it was recovered further back. So it did travel 10 yards. So the officials were discussing whether the ball had gone 10 yards. So it'll be Stout football. They put it back on the 43, in fact. 57 yards away from pay turf. 2 timeouts and 41 seconds to go in this game. Back to throw is Moen. Swings the pass out to the right. And Hughes will get out of bounds. That'll stop the clock at 35 seconds. Not much gain on the play. Maybe to back to the original line of scrimmage, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, looks like they're marking the ball back at the 43.
So
that would be no
gain on the play. Second down and 10 as they gain nothing on the swing pass. That could be a case, too, of just stretching the play to the right, having a play designed to go left. They are without Evans, their top receiver right now. He is out. Got injured on the 2-point conversion. Second down for Stout. Moen rolling to the near side to his left. Steps up to run, gets tripped up, dives forward to the 49, and they will stop the clock for a timeout. Stout with 27 seconds to go.
Timeout. Stout, second and a half.
So they'll have one remaining, and they're going to have to save that one to try a field goal try if they can get it close enough for that.
Exactly.
He does give them another minute to try to get Evans back into the game, if that's a possibility for them. He has been a monster in this game for Stout. As in the game, Evans has 9 catches for 107 yards here today. Afternoon, night, I'm not even sure. Lights are on. I guess it's nighttime now.
It is nighttime out there. Hey, when you start the game an hour later than normal, you get dark sooner. As far as the game is
you got
concerned.
daylight saving, which doesn't save any daylight. I feel like it's dark at it's not even dinner time and it's dark out already. All right, here's the situation. It is third down, shy of midfield for Stout, 3rd and 4. 27 seconds to go in the game. 24-23, Platteville leading Stout. Stout has had a number of great comebacks over the past few years, a senior-heavy team, including the quarterback, Moen. They have 3 receivers right, single receiver to the near side. Moen on 3rd and 4, back to throw, looking. Sends a slant pass. It's caught by the tight end at the 45. They'll stop the clock to move the chains real quick. Stout's going to have to get up on the ball. They may choose to spike it here and eat the down. We'll see. They have too many guys on the line of scrimmage right now, though. They let him go. Here's Moen. He'll sidearm it. Pass is caught. Trying to dive out of bounds. Clock will run with 10 seconds to go in the 4th. And now at 9 seconds, it stops. Is this Stout's final timeout?
But they had no choice.
It is, yeah, the game would have ended. So final timeout taken. There'll be 12 seconds on the clock.
And this is where you find your most preventable defense for when your opponent is 43 yards away.
Well, here's the other thing. You're at the 43. What you have on the sideline is you're running receivers down 30, 20, somewhere in there to try to get out of bounds, and then you have your field goal team run out of the field to try that late kick to win if you can't get the touchdown from here. So the Pioneers have to guard 2 spaces. Prevent defense to the end zone, keep them off the sidelines to stop the clock. There are no timeouts remaining for Stout. The Pioneers still have 1 timeout remaining. Here we go. Feels like we've had about 7 of these. Here's the play of the game now. 12 seconds to go in the 4th. A 1-point game. Stout with the ball at the 43. 24-23, Platteville. Moen sends the receiver across to the wide side of the field. That's the near side.
This formation, they usually go to the right.
Back to throw. Moen steps out to the right. Hit as he throws. It's up for grabs. It's a jump ball. It's going to be caught on the near side. Out of bounds at the 26.
Oh, no.
It's caught at the 26. This would be a 43-yard field goal attempt if they took it with 4 seconds remaining.
And that's what they're doing.
Here they go. Here's the transition to get the kicking team on. They have 25 seconds to get the snap away. Pioneers have a timeout if they want to ice the kicker here. Here we go. Jackman to kick out of the hole to Prevey.
Jackman for a 43-yard field goal.
Matt Larson, the long snapper. Timeout, Platteville. And each team now out of timeouts as they'll ice the kicker.
Platteville, 3rd and final of the half.
As they set it up, it would be a 43-yard field goal attempt.
So it's not a chip shot, but yet you know that at this level, the kickers have the leg.
His longest career field goal is 30. That happened against Dubuque. This would be a new career-long field goal. On the year, he is 1 for 5. It was that made field goal against Dubuque early in the year. 1 for 5 this year with 2 blocks.
Well,
so this would be his career-long. Garrison Jackman, the freshman. Freshman kicker out of Litchfield, Minnesota, attempting a career-long field goal for the win. Off the left hash, a 43-yard attempt. Neither team with a timeout. Here's the snap. Placement made, the kick is up, and it is no good! The kick is no good, and the Pioneers are going to hang on and win and wrap up a perfect 5-0 home slate. Platteville 24, Stout 23 on a missed field goal at the end of regulation.
And it was a little bit short, off to the left, but wow. What a way to survive against a Stout team that is very stout.
Boy, your heart's in your throat on that kick in the snow, in the cold. Stout last year, they had an all-world kicker in Luke Kuhl. This year, I have a freshman kicker, and what a moment it could have been. But as it is, the Pioneers will move up in the standings to a tie for second place with lacrosse. Stout will head home to play River Falls, and Platteville on the road next week at Eau Claire. We'll come back and wrap this one up from here at Pioneer Stadium next. You're watching Pioneer Sports on the WIAC Network.
My name is Gunnar Olson. I'm a civil engineering major and music minor from Roberts, Wisconsin. The music faculty here are very supportive of what I do, and all the people that are non-music majors as well, because they really want to develop that love for music, so they're encouraging if anyone that wants to play music to do it. They're very flexible with your schedule, and I know my piano teacher always asks how my projects or how my exams are going in my engineering classes. As far as the civil engineering goes, I know recently I'm preparing for a recital on Saturday, and they saw the poster, so they started hanging up a couple of my posters in the hallway because they're really interested to see civil engineers also work in other programs as well.
Here, among our picturesque farmlands and small towns, among the green rolling hills and valleys of southwest Wisconsin, there's a place people come for answers and healing. They come here to gain back what they lost from injury and illness. This is a place that brings a world of always safe, effective, expert healthcare right here to the people who live here. This is a place where people get the results they need. They find relief, and they experience vital breakthroughs in their personal health. Right here, every day, people discover the promise of a new day. Here is Southwest Health, a place you can count on today and tomorrow and every day. Because here is remarkable. Southwest Health, here for you, delivering health with care.
The thing that really makes Tri-Core great is our people. We take pride in knowing that our employees are leading experts in their field. They're constantly looking for ways to innovate, improve processes, and work more closely with our clients. People at Tri-Core know that communities thrive if their people are engaged. And when we're out in our communities, that shows that we care. We need to take care of the people that are around us, and that's really ingrained in the culture of Tri-Core.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
Welcome back to Pioneer Stadium, where the Pioneers hang on and win 24-23 over Stout. Here's your final look in the midst of the snow flurries of the game at the final stats. Pioneers racked up 289 yards of offense. The Blue Devils went on a big rally near the end. 235 passing yards, 143 rushing. Adam Moen, 82 rushing, 235 passing, and 3 touchdowns on the ground did Moen, as the Blue Devils made a big rally at the end, a missed 2-point conversion, recovered the onside kick, got it down in field goal range, but a 43-yard kick attempt was missed wide left by the freshman kicker Jackman, and we end the game 24-23 as the Pioneers survive, as Wally said, and move on to play next week, currently in a tie with La Crosse for second place in the conference.
You know, when the year starts, you have no idea what to expect as to how the year is going to go, and you have hopes and praise. In this conference, you just never know what's going to happen because it is so competitive. And Stout a couple of years ago was kind of an afterthought by a lot of teams. This is not an afterthought team by any means at all. They are a tremendous football team. But then again, who in this conference really isn't?
Well, the conference as it stands, River Falls has a share of the conference title. They defeated La Crosse by a lot today. And now River Falls, if they beat Stout next week in Menominee, will be the outright champion of the WIAC for the first time since the mid-'80s. And now already clinching their first conference title share since 1998, on their way to their first playoff berth since 1996. What a job done by the River Falls Falcons this year. For the Pioneers, they're on the road at Eau Claire next week. Our coverage for Pioneers football here on Pioneer Sports. We'll see what happens in the postseason if they host, but for now, this is the final scheduled football broadcast. You can join us tomorrow for men's hoops at 2 o'clock here on Pioneer Sports, part of the WIAC network. Big thanks to our cameras and crew for braving the elements, the snow, the rain, the wind, the cold today. Y'all are the real MVPs. Big thanks as well to Lindsay Dietmeyer, our sports and information director. For Wally Trouton, I'm Jimmy Kuska. Your final score, once again, it is Platteville surviving and winning 24-23 over Stout here at Pioneer Stadium to wrap up a 5-0 perfect homestand on the year. Thank you for joining us. Have a great evening, everybody, and swing the axe.